generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
We're back. It's Crunch Time here on Woodward Sports. I'm Jeff Iafrate. That is Booner. We got KG. We got Caleb Czarnik. And we got a Lions game to break down today. They played their second preseason game, only home game, on Saturday. We are at Sean's. A lot of fun. We'll get into that. A lot of takeaways to get into. Winners, losers we'll get into today. The bubble, who's on the bubble to get cut, who's staying. And we'll have a lot of takeaways on defense. We'll talk to Derek Moore. A lot of things to get into, dissect from the game itself. We also got to welcome back our TD, Caleb Czarnik. Forgot to say that.
Welcome back,
He was on
Caleb.
vacation. He was out. Justin held it down on Friday. We appreciate him for that. And Caleb, again, publicly on air. Publicly. By the way, if the audience has not seen the Ennis Rakestraw reel of us pulling a prank on Caleb, you can go see it. It's on the YouTube channel, Woodward Sports. You click on that, go watch it. Publicly, we love you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, first off, it's
And
good
we're
to be
sorry.
back. Yeah, it's good to be back. See all the fellas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got punked. I thought I was going to go out to dinner with Ennis Rakestraw, Booner, and his...
Well, hold on. You restart that sentence. Don't just say Booner. Crunch Time.
Well, who sent the fake text? Okay,
It was a
whole.
Crunch Time.
No, but I was going to say Booner.
This keeps the narrative goes out that this was a Booner thing.
No.
And all the comments like Booner's a bad guy. No.
That was all the comments, and they all
This
blamed
is
you.
a Crunch Time. This was a Jeff and Booner.
Yeah, I mean, I was held against
No,
my
what
will.
I was just gonna say that I know Booner. I don't know how he does it. He just gets access to these fake numbers. I get a text when I'm getting ready to leave for work on, I think it was Thursday, and the text was, "Hey, this is Ennis Rakestraw's agent, and we want to come on the show, and we want to take you out to dinner." And
bro?
And I got punked. And I mean, I wasn't happy about it, but
It was a fun prank. It was
Y'all
like-
wouldn't have got me like that, boy.
That
I
was
asked way
fun.
too many questions.
Do you have?
well, I did ask a ton of questions.
He was asking
and-
everything. We were on the phone with him the whole time while we were texting too. So he didn't think, he was like, wait a second.
Well, the thing that got me, this is what I was telling Jeff. I mean, I could play it if you want, but
Yeah.
the thing that got me was when I was like, all right, guys, just like be honest with me, like, because I got to go to work, I got to do all this stuff. Like, is this real? And you guys are like, yes, this is real. Like, we can't miss this opportunity. I go, okay, I'm gonna send the number to Jeff. He goes, no, you handle it. Like, this is your guy, and if you like, you're basically like, if you fumble this, like, you can't. So yeah,
And then you put it on him. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, you did a good job after. And honestly, too, again,
Damn, Caleb.
the whole office ended up getting involved in this. Like Joey, our CEO, was locked in helping us
Yeah, it
out
was
as
great.
well.
It was great.
So it was a good prank.
Play
It
the
was
clip.
a
It's
fun
like a
one.
minute long. You play the clip so people get the context.
Yeah, I'm
Damn, I got to
right
see
now.
this now.
Yeah, because
Oh,
doing
KG,
my boy
I was gonna
like
say we
this.
played it Friday already.
wasn't here
I
Friday.
forgot KG wasn't there Friday.
Let's see.
Y'all did my boy like this. First the Tigers.
By
now
the
this.
way, people are commenting on the Tigers jacket. I deserve an excuse today. I am going to the game, so I had to wear Tiger stuff because I'm leaving right from here to the game. So
And they make fly gear.
yeah, like,
I wish the
like
team
I
was as
like
good as the
jacket.
gear.
I like the jacket, but people are like, it is crazy work to wear this on a Monday after the Lions play, for sure. But I'm
I
going to
do
the game.
think
so.
I think
Not
maybe
really.
on the show you have to take the Tigers jacket off.
Not really. I started wearing my Tiger shirt today. Gritty Tigers, right? I'm gonna let y'all chill. I just had to get that one in.
The one person that just won't stop, Neil, just won't stop.
Oh, yeah, he
It's
never
like, hey,
stops.
we get it's football season now, Neil. It's over. It's football.
Yeah, Neil ain't gonna let it rest.
There's college
No,
football.
he
There's
ain't
college
gonna
football.
let it
Never.
Right.
And you'll be hearing about this 2 years from now.
Yeah. Oh man.
Do you have it, Caleb?
Yeah.
All right, let's play it. For people that missed it, here it is.
If I'm late for work and my boss yells at me, it's fucking over. It's over. I'm gonna get fired.
All right, so we made a fake phone number. And for people who don't know, Caleb on our show, our TD on Crunch Time, he is the biggest Ennis Rakestraw fan in the world. We made a fake number. We reached out to Caleb and said, hey, this is Ennis Rakestraw's agent. We would love to come on the show. We've heard about you. We've heard that you support Ennis Rakestraw. We would love to come on for Ennis to come on the show. We followed it up with saying, hey, Ennis also would love to invite you out to the preseason game after to get some dinner with the boys as well. And Caleb was freaking out. He thought, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. This is actually happening. Our CEO, Joey, said that he got the text from Ennis's agent, and Caleb confirmed it with Joey. So right now he thinks Ennis Rakestraw is coming on our show for Caleb and wants to go to the preseason game and have dinner with Caleb and the crew.
Out of it, you Why couldn't you couldn't have just got me with another fucking these nuts joke? You had to fucking tell me that Ennis Rakestraw wanted to go out to dinner with me.
You actually thought?
Shut the fuck up. You were in on it too, right? Fucking Spenny. A bunch of fucking assholes. If I get yelled at by my boss because I was trying to get fucking fake Ennis Rakestraw on my phone, turns out fake Ennis Rakestraw was a bunch of fucking jerk-offs behind a phone. If I'm late for work and my boss yells at me, it's fucking over. It's over. I'm gonna get fired. Because of fake Ennis Rakestraw. All of you, get fucking bent.
Hey, maybe fake Ennis can actually play some games.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey.
Oh,
I knew it from the beginning. I saw the text. I go, Booner's fucking with me right now. I'm taking the weekend off. I get a couple days off, and Booner's trying to ruin that for me.
All right, so do you want to go to dinner with him?
Ennis Rakestraw? I'd love to go to dinner with Ennis Rakestraw.
All right, then let's tag him on this and make it happen.
Oh, that was recorded? I don't know. I didn't say very nice things.
He's like, that was recorded? Caleb, you got caught off guard with that one. You didn't expect it to be recorded.
No, I didn't.
man.
But that was raw. That was raw emotion, you know?
It was an incredible moment. That was an incredible moment.
Shout out
insane.
Ennis Rakestraw.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Caleb, you ain't got to take this, bro. They keep doing you crazy.
It's fine. It's whatever. I mean, it's funny now looking back at it, but at the time I was pissed. I was not happy.
Oh boy, about to lose his job over this.
You know, he showed up late to his job. He was freaking out. He forgot to go to work.
Yeah,
What were you doing? Were you just sitting at home?
Yeah, because I didn't want to. You can't text and drive. Can't do that. And I wanted to get this thing figured out.
Hey,
So you
Corey,
waited.
Yeah.
Corey says, Caleb, you should have known when they said soon instead of seen.
Yeah, there was
was
some
a mistype
typos.
in the-
There
in
was
the-
some
so
typos
many-
in there.
We were on the phone trying to text.
I
so
let Booner type it. So maybe
that was
a
on me.
mistake. Maybe I should have typed the message.
The typos made it look natural, man. You know?
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Another thing for me is like, all right, if you want to take me to the game, that's fine. But go to dinner afterwards. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing here? Like,
I mean, come on. I should have known Ennis Rakestraw didn't want to go on a fucking date with me.
right? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, this man you were getting wine and dined by Ennis Rakestraw, man. Yeah, that's just
Take you to the room.
It happens to the best of us. But I will say, just to talk about Saturday, by the way, like, we apologize for that. The preseason stream was not good. That was not good.
was tough.
We're a hand-up show, but more importantly, we should be a hand-up network. That was terrible. That was a terribly executed stream, and we will do better. So we were at Sean's Connection. We Sean, it was a great time, by the way. Shout out Sean. He had all the fellas over, smoked a bunch of meat. You know, we got to watch the Lions, but was not prepared.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah, it wasn't
as,
the best.
as
The
a team.
best.
So we love you guys, and we had a lot of fun. There's a lot of takeaways to get into, but I know anyone that tuned into the stream that's like, what the hell's going on? It's not an excuse, but it was bad. So shout out Sean, though. Team player. After all the Tiger stuff we went back and forth about, he welcomed the boys over, and he took care of the fellas.
And
We don't hate y'all. Jesus Christ.
Nah, I mean, it feels like there's some people Neil might hate us,
Yes.
which is fair.
Until
fun
Tuesday.
war.
And then we see him Tuesday, and he's all.
And then
he's all
Tuesday, he's we're playing golf. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Which I think he's out again this week. Knees hurt. But Sean's it was a blast. The food there is incredible.
Oh,
by the way.
amazing.
He
Every
is.
time.
The ribs are my favorite.
Every time.
With the rock ribs, I think they're called.
Yeah, The Rock. Yep.
Never had them.
Yeah.
Insane. Caleb, you missed out, man.
Yeah, I mean, he was sending pictures then. They looked phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I took a bunch of ribs home. He gave it to me. Ate them last night.
I haven't even told Sean this yet. I think ribs are like my favorite food, and I remember having them here for the heavyweights all night stream, and they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Yeah, that was.
He's a master at his craft.
Yeah.
He is. He loves
Rake
meat.
says Sean still has dial-up internet. That's why the stream didn't work. I mean,
Yeah, the internet. I don't know
was-
what was
but
going
that's not
on.
Sean. So we have a what's it?
The Starlink.
The
We
Starlink.
have a freaking Starlink
Yeah.
that we didn't bring because we were
Pay for a Starlink. To
And
not
I will
use it.
say, when we did this last year, we didn't have these issues in Sean's basement with the internet and the connection. It was like A-okay. So I don't know what the hell happened this time around.
That was
but
tough.
It is what it is.
Damn,
Sorry, y'all.
they know. But
Regular
things happen.
season to be better. It's preseason for us too. I kept saying that during the stream.
Yeah, we there was a lot of takeaways in that preseason game, by the way. Like I was talking about before, like we're talking about the defense at some point later, because we
Please
are going to
do.
have a conversation about this
Please
defense,
do.
just because you have two guys like that you had Derek Moore that made some plays, and the rest of those guys. And I do want to talk about a specific player at some point today
I
that we
know.
talked about on Friday. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you're gonna have to wait and find out. But if you were here Friday, you probably already know who we talked about with Justin. Which this player is just continuing to ascend. Okay.
Oh,
And
I know
he's
exactly what you're talking about, actually.
and he's a player we have to discuss.
Yes.
So we'll talk about him at some point today, and the Lions will be very excited if this player ends up being what we think he can be. Let's take a break. We'll get into some preseason football. Let's do it. Planet Fitness, let me tell you about them. 60 locations throughout Metro Detroit, and they're always nearby. Teens 14 to 19 can work out in a Planet Fitness for free all summer long. Register online at planetfitness.com.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go. All right, guys, we're excited to welcome Icon Auto Repair and Collision to the Woodward Sports family. Guys, if you've ever been in an accident or if your vehicle, if it needs repairs, make sure you trust the team over at Icon Auto Repair and Collision. You see it on the screen there. They have 3 Metro Detroit locations. You have Madison Heights, Shelby Township, and Pontiac, and they've got you covered, guys. They also offer free car loaners and even offer to pay your deductible. You can visit iconauto.com. It's the Icon that you can count on.
We're back. It's Crunch Time, Woodward Sports. We got to get into this preseason game, and more specifically, the biggest storyline of the game, which is Derek Moore and the defensive line. And I'll throw DJ Wanham in there. But Derek Moore is really the headline because he's a rookie, and that's who people are excited about. But the D-line got after it against the Commanders. Again, I understand it's preseason, but we have to be consistent. We talked about this with Ahmed Hassanin, so we're going to do it with the rest of the guys. Derek Moore, sack, tackle for loss. DJ Wanham, sack, tackle for loss. You even had Tyler Lacey get out there. I think he had a tackle for loss as well. Or no, Vontae Maddox, excuse me.
Vontae Maddox had a big one,
So they had a lot of tackle for losses. Who else was it? Skylar Gill-Howard, tackle for loss, which we'll talk about. So, I mean, you had basically 2 guys that fans were one player in Derek Moore that fans are excited about, and then DJ Wanham, another player that maybe fans are more, I don't want to say skeptical, but just curious what kind of player he can be, because it could be 2 different ways that this thing could go. It could be Minnesota Vikings DJ Wanham, where he gets 8 sacks a year, or it could be, a different DJ Wanham. And maybe people are just living in fear because of the Davenport stuff. So whenever they sign a second edge for the price point they sign him for, you get a little worried. But I thought DJ Wanham looked really good. Derek Moore looked really good. And the thing that I will say about Derek Moore specifically that I was surprised by, and this is where, hand up, didn't see it on tape. Now I'm seeing it a lot more consistently, is he was advertised as a power guy. You saw some speed on Saturday.
Yeah.
Which I think should be praised because he is more of a complete pass rusher than I just think than what was advertised to me.
Yeah.
He's more complete.
He had 10 sacks in Michigan.
Which, yeah, he did. But I guess even then, the biggest thing for him is power guy, high motor, and you're like, okay, I can see why they like him because they want that type of player on the other side of Hutch. It's like, no, dude, he's got an arsenal. He's got
a bag that people don't talk about enough.
Yeah, so for Derek Moore, I'm not going to do one of those things where, we say, hey, I'm cashing out of our 5 sack bet or whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm still going to stay consistent. But I'll say this, credit to Derek Moore, that dude is more of a complete package than I think what we were advertised.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And he honestly, Caleb, can you throw the pictures on the screen? This is the thing, when Easy last week was at training camp, and Easy's kind of boosting him up a little bit, and Lucas Klotz as well went a couple weeks ago and was like, hey, boys, Derek Moore's legit. you were like, all right, we want to see it in the preseason. He was hurt for a couple weeks, so you didn't get to fully see what the Derek Moore show was. But I went today and watched, and like, guys, the first couple plays of Derek Moore, like this is first possession. The first couple times you see him on the screen. Can you see him here? Can the people see this?
It's a little dark, but we got it.
I should have lightened it up.
No, it's all good.
But look at the where Derek Moore is at on these plays, guys. Like Derek Moore's the guy at the top of the screen or the bottom. I think top of the screen of this one. Hold on, let me make sure I have
number
the right
9.
ones.
Right there.
Guys, he is fully ahead, and this is like 3 seconds or 2 seconds after the ball snap.
Get off.
Look how far ahead he is compared to the other defensive linemen on this.
Yeah.
He's 4 yards off the defense or the line right there. That's instantly. I believe this play, by the way, guys, was the first play of the game. His first snap as a Detroit Lion, I believe this was it. Right off the line, boom, 4 yards up the field over anyone. Like that left tackle and that right tackle just got dominated multiple times in that game. I think, is there another picture too?
Yeah, I just showed all 3. This one's the craziest one.
It's every single time he comes off the line, guys. And you talk about Jeff, he's known as the power guy, right? Like people, hey, he's a power guy. The get off that Derek Moore had in that preseason game instantly shows that him and Aiden Hutchinson next to each other, both of them getting off the line when the snap comes, it's over. Yeah. Like you have like typically you're going to try and line up, Aiden Hutchinson against the worst tackle. You're going to try and kind of maneuver this thing, right? Guys, it doesn't matter who's on which side. You have Aiden Hutchinson on one side, Derek Moore on the other. If they're both coming off the ball like that, quarterbacks are going to be in distress all game long with those two guys. And it's not going to be close. You're not going to be able to block that. Like, that's different right there. That's different. And DJ Wanham, too, let's give him his credit and his flowers. DJ Wanham disrupted that offense a million times as well.
Yep.
And it was like every time DJ Wanham was on the field, disrupted. Run game, pass game, whatever it was, those two guys. So I like the fact that you have Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Moore, and DJ Wanham. Those two guys with Hutch, that's the best rotation you can have. Honestly, at the end of the day, I was thinking about it this morning. It's the best D-line and the best rotation defensive line that you've had since Brad Holmes has been in the building. And it's not close. Yeah. Like, he's put together the best D-line that we've seen yet. And that's what we've all been kind of banging the table for. We've all wanted that, and we finally got it, it feels like. Now, it is just preseason, and you don't want – like, I'm not going to crown them just yet, right? Like, one of those pictures, Sam Hartman's on the field, and they probably have backup right tackles and left tackles in at that time. But either way, it's like, hey, you see the potential there.
Yeah, your job.
You get to see it.
Their job in this position, dominate second stringers. They're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you'd be worried if he wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm it's the same thing when people say about Hutch, like, oh, Hutch is a backup tackle merchant. No, he's showing that he's just much better than those guys. Like,
exactly.
That's what you want your star edge to do. And in this case, a rookie edge against second stringers, you want him to dominate those guys. And I will say this, too, about Derek Moore, to add credit to him. This is a player who also missed a couple of weeks during training camp because of the a minor groin strain. Yep. So he's been out with, by the way, like, if anyone's ever had a groin injury,
it's tough.
Coming back from that as a pass rusher, which, you're relying on, like, your lower body. I can't imagine, like, coming off of that and just clicking the way he's been clicking. Like, he looks really good. And I assume he's only going to feel better as he gets more reps under him. So this is a guy who's missed a ton of reps, missed a lot of training camp. Not a lot, but some training camp. And he comes back in, and the report was in training camp, he came back and was looking really good.
He's had, I think, like 3 practices, fully padded practices. I believe 2 or 3. And every single practice so far, every time he's in there, there's reports of him, like, dominating.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's had limited practices, and every time we've heard about him, he's doing that, especially, too, like, the one thing for him, and the same thing with Hutch, it's like you're going up against Penei Sewell a lot. Mm-hmm. I know he's going up against sometimes a rookie and Blake Miller, but there are times he's going head-to-head versus Penei freaking Sewell, and he's out there getting work. It's iron sharpens iron, and that's a rookie that's getting that work instantly to where you don't have to get to the season and now all of a sudden we're going up against the Lane Johnson. No, like, I've been going up against Penei Sewell all training camp. I understand what this is like.
That's where Dan's
and what
saying,
this level's like.
Like the joint practice thing, that's where I understand what Dan was saying. Like, why would we do joint practices when we have top players on each side of the ball that can go up against each other? Not just top players all over the place. I'm not saying that. Obviously there's some question marks. We talked about that. But top players, like, for example, you got a top tackle and a top edge. So what better work is Aiden or any of the pass rushers going to get than Penei Sewell? Like, that's same with Blake Miller. He's going to get Aiden. He's going to get Derek Moore. It's great work for those guys. Same with the corners facing these receivers and vice versa. So, yeah, like, Derek Moore, that dude has a lot to at least I think a lot to give this season. I don't know, again, sack numbers, and we'll see when you adjust to the competition he'll face, but I see expectations already are going up in the chat. Jesse Adams, he's going to start us off. He says, is this fair to say?
Yeah.
Moore looks better than I thought, but I'm not also banking on him to be the starter. I'd say my 4 and 5 sacks went up to 7 and 9. He will help this team.
Well,
and he also said Shock Booner hasn't said Moore won't get 10 sacks.
I mean, I'm realistic. I'm not going to sit here and just throw that out there. But
we have one person with expectations are going up.
Yeah.
But like people this is the one thing that I'll say with Derek Moore. People are throwing when we were doing the watch party on Saturday, the name that I keep hearing is Micah Parsons. Can we pull that back a little bit?
Well, it got misconstrued.
Plays,
yeah.
But again, I think it was Spenny was like Micah Parsons.
Why?
Come on.
So people that
let's find a different name because Mike is like defensive
No.
player.
You knew that was going to happen when Easy put that out.
For
this
sure.
is where Easy was trying to say he was being moved around a lot and utilized like him. And I think people took that as he's Micah Parsons, which he's not even the same type of player in terms of play style. He's not even Micah. But what Easy was saying, if they like moving him around, he's got some of that versatility to him. They can move him and use him as almost like a chess piece.
And they're doing that as a rookie. He's getting those kind of reps.
That's great.
No, to just Jesse Adams, he won't be the starter because obviously DJ Wonnum was your big offseason signing, and he's good in both the pass and the run. So I definitely expect DJ Moore to be more of a pass down type of guy, but his job is very, very simple. See quarterback, get quarterback, and it's not going to be much more complicated than that. So if he can do this in a preseason game, that does kind of give you some confidence as to what it can look like in the regular season. And once again, big Michigan fan here. I'm somebody that thought some of the things they were saying about him coming out of college were a bit undersold, and now you're seeing it on the field right now. And I think the sky's the limit for Derek Moore. But I of course we have to temper expectations. I don't expect him to go out there and get 8 to 10 sacks. But to me, if you go out there and give a solid 5 and you're creating a lot of pressures in a lot of games, I'm cool. I'm cool. And I think the future is absolutely bright. And I think they drafted him with the thinking of this is going to be your edge too for the future. So
yeah, it's like I said a couple weeks ago, a month ago when we had that conversation. I think they finally found that bookend for Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, and I know it is going to take the time. It's not, you're not gonna, maybe in the Saints week he gets a sack, but it's not going to be a thing to where every week he's going to be like Aiden Hutchinson. There's going to be growing pains at some point. He is a rookie, and that's where you don't want to write him off. You don't want to do any of that. And again, Saturday's game and from practices, give the guy his flowers. But again, at the end of the day, it's practice. And it's a preseason game. So it's hey, let's continue to let him grow and see where kind of he evolves into. Because even DJ Wonnum, I'm not going to take all this into account with the DJ Wonnum. I think DJ Wonnum's going to be really good for you. But with DJ Wonnum, it's, he's like a what? How many years has he been in this league? 7 years? Yeah. He's a vet. He should go out there and do what he did in that preseason game versus backups. Let's call it what it is. He's a starter. He's playing versus backups and thirds. So, what he did, it was the same thing, I think, with the secondary with Devontae Maddox, DJ Reed. I can go down the list of these guys. Derek Barnes is out there, Devin White. The defense looked good. You expect the defense to look good versus the backups of the Washington Commanders. And if they didn't, and they were giving up touchdowns and 30-yard plays, then I would be like, all right, there's an issue. So I think they kind of took care of what they had to take care of, and especially on that D-line, they showed, hey, this D-line is improving a little bit. We're taking that next step. The biggest thing for me is I want to see it versus starters now. Week 1, I want to see it.
Yeah, I think there are players that you probably have more takeaways than others, and I think it's the rookies. I think Skylar Gill-Howard and Derek Moore are two players that you're walking away feeling a lot better about. Veterans, to me, we'll talk about Rock and DJ Reed. We'll have that discussion at some point, and they looked good, and the defense, we'll have that discussion. But just with, the rookies, there is more optimism there because you got to think, man, the NFL, you talk about backups. These backups were at one point very good collegiate players. These backups were really good in college. And Derek Moore and Skylar Gill-Howard are two players that were drafted, even though Skylar's more of a late pick, Derek Moore's a second-round pick, them dominating these guys is great. That's what you want to see. And I'll say, DJ Wonnum, I will say, as someone who's stressed the edge 2 position for a while, just, again, he's more of a hold it down till Derek Moore's fully ready type of guy, but just for this season, I feel better about DJ Wonnum. I know, and I'm not just saying the preseason, I'm talking about the whole offseason. Yeah. And based on what he's done in his career, than I have about any other, bookend they've tried to bring in. Exactly. Just as, a rental, Davenport, They had different options. AQM had the sacks, but you kind of knew he was limited.
He was a specialist.
Yeah, he was more of a specialist. And I'm not even talking about just from a sack perspective. I just think as an all-around player, I do like DJ Wonnum. I think he's got
one
more
of DJ
versatility.
He's complete.
Yeah,
Yes.
like his sack, one of the plays that he made. I've always said this about the D line, and Dan has harped this a million times. You have all pro players on that D line. You need the complementary pieces to go in there and win one-on-ones. That's the number one goal.
Yes.
Whether it's on run downs or pass downs, you need to be able to win your one-on-ones and stop the run and get to the quarterback. Guess what DJ Wonnum, I went back this morning and rewatched the game. You know what DJ Wonnum was doing? That interior with Ty Leak, and I think it was like Tyler Lacey was in the middle. Those guys were getting double-teamed constantly. Guess what DJ Wonnum did when those guys got doubled? Dominated his one-on-one matchup and either stopped the run and got to the quarterback. One of two things.
Yeah.
And like as a vet, I think he knows, hey, this is my job. I'm gonna get one-on-ones because we have Aiden Hutchinson, because we have Ty Leak, because we have Aleem. And when I'm in there and I get my one-on-one, I'm dominating the guy across from me. That in the past with like the Onzarike, or with not Onzarike, with the Quora brothers,
Pascal,
those guys couldn't win one-on-ones, and maybe
all.
they did once every like 15 snaps, and you're like, oh, that's nice, but they didn't do it on a consistent basis. To where you have a DJ Wonnum who's a vet who was good last year for the Panthers, he's gonna win one-on-ones, and he showed it on Saturday. Again, temper expectations. It's backups that they're playing against, but either way, you know, hey, this guy knows what his job is, and he's going to go out there and do his job to the best of his ability. And DJ or Derek Moore did the same exact thing too. One-on-ones. If you go back and watch it, one-on-one. Every time those two guys had one-on-ones, guess what? They're dominating.
You love it.
Same with Skylar Gill-Howard in the middle. That's why I'm so confident him as a rookie. When he did have a one-on-one in the middle, guess what he did? He got to the quarterback multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I started making a tally just in the first half of him getting to the quarterback on a one-on-one. It was like 4 dashes.
Wow.
And just the 3 or 4 dashes in the first half, and I was like that's an under. By the way, mind you, Skylar Gill-Howard, an undersized in the NFL defensive tackle.
Former linebacker.
Yeah, like an undersized defensive tackle that's playing the 3 tag and still going up against those guards on centers and winning a one-on-one matchup. Like that's stuff you like in the 5th round, 6th round, like dude.
And I'm telling you, Aleem, that's someone Aleem said he caught his eye in game 1.
Yeah,
that's someone who's been making plays in practice. That's someone who also had the pregame speech, that he gave the fellas, which, you could be insignificant, but I think it is significant that he displays some of those qualities. Like, a lot to like about the guy. So, yeah, I'm with you. Caleb, I'll go to you. Does Derek Moore showcase maybe game-wrecker ability, or we go to you're the game-wrecking expert? Does he maybe showcase that?
Look, I mean, no, to answer your question, but I mean, obviously, it's very promising everything that he's doing, and it's kind of like the same thing as Amon Hassanin. You like to see him, you hear all these good things out of training camp when you're just playing against players on your own team, but when you see him come out and use that momentum from the week and play a good preseason game, it's really promising. And Booner said it, I think, in the beginning of the show. Brad Holmes is kind of putting together the best, defensive line room around Hutch since Brad Holmes has been here. So, I mean, that was a big game out of Derek Moore, and it brings me some confidence for this defensive line going into the year.
Can I just give one pushback? We're allowed to do pushbacks, right? Without people freaking out.
Only
positive. We could do a pushback.
Only positives.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Well, do we like Derek Moore in coverage?
No.
Well, not now.
There was a big 3rd down I saw where Kelvin Shepard have Derek Moore dropping back in coverage on a 3rd down. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. Why? Like, get that guy at the quarterback on the 3rd down. And that was the issue, remember, last year with Hutch, where we were like, hey, we don't mind if Hutch is dropping back, like if there's a scenario that it needs to be, maybe a 2nd down or something. But like a 3rd down when you're trying to get a big stop, and I know it's preseason, maybe they're trying things out. But like I was like, wait a second, did I see this right? Is that number 9? And then I rewind it, and I'm like, oh, no, that is Derek Moore. And he's dropping back on like a 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 10 in coverage. And I'm like, he's out there covering a running back.
Yeah, that's what we discussed. We do our Monday, Thursday show. We had Easy on Crunch Time, and we talked about that. It seems like they're kind of using him in that like jack linebacker spot where it's like a hybrid outside linebacker edge rusher where it's so that versatile. Way they can move them and be versatile, because the thing that comes with being a jack linebacker is you're going to drop back, not a lot, but I think that's what they did with Aiden. That's why he dropped into coverage, and people are like,
maybe
oh
they're
my
trying
God.
to get that off of Aiden and be like, hey, we have a guy like Derek Moore who we feel more comfortable doing it with.
And I'm not saying the
don't
guy's
know.
going to drop back and be freaking Anzalone. I mean, but they might have a snap or 2 snap, whatever, where he does drop back, but just so they can move him in that jack linebacker spot. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what I thought the same thing when I
So-
saw it. That's why I wanted to bring it up. It wasn't a negative. It was a, hey, how do we feel about that more so? Because the last year when Hutch was dropping back, I remember the fan base and people in media were like going nuts about it and freaking out. So I was like, for me, I was like more so, hey, I know he was kind of getting moved around like that Micah position. It was just more so like, would we rather have Derek Moore get to the quarterback on a third down?
No.
Yeah, we'll have that. We'll definitely. I'm sure we'll talk more about that in the regular season. Let's go to break. We come back. We'll be joined by our friend Rich Silva, who does some amazing work for the covering the Detroit Lions. It's the first time ever he's joining the show.
Yes,
and
big time.
I can't believe it's taken this long. He's one of the best in the business. So we'll have him on. We got to hear about our friends from Buddies, though. So tell us about it.
Yes, sir. Serving it up since 1946. Buddies is not only the best Detroit-style pizza, it's the original Detroit-style pizza. Right now, you can get $10 off your order of $50 or more for dine-in or carry-out by using new promo code WWS26. That's WWS26. With 20 locations across Michigan, there is always a Buddies Pizza near you to cash in on this offer. Find a location near you or order online at buddiespizza.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
It is Joey with Woodward Sports, and in 2017, I trusted Dr. Yeldo with my eyes, and it was the best decision I've ever made. No more glasses or contacts, just clear vision every single day.
Hi, I'm Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. If I had LASIK back in the day, I probably would have won 8 Stanley Cups. So if you're thinking about LASIK, do it now. Tell them, Doc.
Come see me. You have nothing to lose. It's a free consultation.
For a limited time, LASIK only $19.99 per eye. Call Yeldo Eye Center. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you, but please don't wait like I did. Call them now.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that. Don't just survive, thrive.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
All right, if you guys are looking for a career upgrade, check out Mortgage Pros. They're the #1 mortgage broker guys to work for in the entire state of Michigan. We got to see their incredible company culture out at their annual block party about a month ago with the Braylon show. And their team, they truly love what they do. They have 4.9 stars on Google with over 4,000 reviews, guys. That's insane. That's almost impossible, but they've done it. And their reputation, it speaks for itself. So if you are looking for a new job, give Mortgage Pros in Troy a call at 248-416-1361. Mortgage Pros, guys, let the pros handle it.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. Please welcome in our guest, Richard Silva, covers the Detroit Lions for the Detroit News. First time ever having him on the show, but it won't be the last time because we love Rich. Rich, how we doing? Oh, no.
Oh.
Mike's muted.
Oh, no. Is that on?
It's all good. I think the mic's muted, but we'll figure that out once we get that situated. Hey, you can go back, Caleb. We'll let him figure out the mic, and then we'll go back to him in a second. But we'll be joined by Rich. It's not on our end, is it?
No.
I don't think it is, no.
Okay. All right.
It's a rite of passage at Woodward. So
shout out Rich, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get him on. I'm excited to talk ball.
Give Caleb a thumbs up, Rich. If you want to try it again, we'll get you back on. We'll try it again. We back?
Oh, no.
No.
The Gremlins. The Gremlins.
No. It's probably just a simple. Maybe like the mic. It's the wrong mic connected, or maybe it's muted. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't think it's on us. So.
Well, we're actually just we'll just hang out with Rich. Actually,
Shut up.
he can listen to my takes. Really,
Right.
Actually,
Just here and listen.
I'm excited to hear what he has to say about the defense.
No,
too.
me too, man. I'm excited. Richard he would not. If I was giving my takes, I think
this all might fall on Caleb. I see Caleb over there doing something. This might all be on Caleb.
Is this on Caleb?
Caleb's doing something right now.
Is this hand
this
up
could
show?
be a disaster.
Hand up show? No, it's not okay. At least Caleb's doing the due diligence there. But we're going to be joined by Rich to talk some Detroit
We'll
Lions,
get him on.
talk some preseason. He does an excellent job here, and we'll have some conversations about that. But so hang in there. We'll get him on in a little bit.
He just messaged me, said he's going to leave and rejoin.
Okay,
and see.
There you go.
You want me to send him another link? Okay, perfect.
Jesse, I'll say this about the D-line. The first 5 weeks is perfect for them besides Josh Allen. They won't be playing an elite quarterback. O-line, that'll give them some confidence going to the heart of the season. Couldn't agree more, Jesse. Brought that up before, too. That was actually one of the things I brought up on the other side with Alcade Mays, where I have more hope because there's not too many defensive lines that I'm worried about. But I like the point on the opposite side, though. Offensive lines, I mean, you got the Saints, the Bills. Yeah, I know you got the Jets in there, the Cardinals. So I like it. Give some confidence before that bye week, and then after that, that's when things kind of get real there. So, yeah, I agree with you there, definitely. The Joey Porter stuff I see people talking about, we did address that on Friday, and you guys know I feel about more additions, so I'll take him.
I would love to trade for a corner.
We did have that conversation.
Especially to add to this, like, it's just depth. It's literally, like I said Friday, it's the worst position group right now on your roster is that corner room because of the TA stuff, and it's just what it is at that point with that room. If you can upgrade it at any point, whether it's your CB2, CB3, whatever it is, that's a room you want to upgrade. Yeah. That and some of the O-line. Those are the two.
Schiff says that Panthers D-line isn't to be slept on. Yeah, Derek Brown is obviously terrifying. He's a problem. So interior, I get that.
Yeah, I'm worried about that left guard spot, but we'll see.
And that's a whole other.
Yeah, I know. We're
gonna have that conversation at some point. I don't think we really dove into that, like the concern level. Well, actually, we did Friday.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah, that concern level for the interior on the O-line, but we'll definitely talk about that.
Do you think Caleb's doing this because of the Ennis
Yeah, just a fan says Caleb's revenge. Yeah, well, I mean, could you blame the guy? I mean, seriously, after what we put him through, not really. I can't. So, but yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Maybe Derek Brown. There are some guys on the interior, I guess. Brian Brissett did get hurt.
Here we
Rich
go.
Silva, we hear you.
I hear you.
Rich, how we doing?
Let's go.
You guys got me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
sir. Rich. How we
Nice.
doing? How we doing, man? How are you?
Good. I'm well. Now that I can hear you guys can hear me. Doing better.
Let's go. Well, for people that are not familiar, Rich Silva covers the Detroit Lions for the Detroit News. Does an excellent job. You can follow him on X, Rich_Silva18. Rich, we got to talk to you because the Lions played on Saturday, and we started the show the only way we know how to do, which talk about this defensive line, of course. So I will start there. I know it's preseason. You got to be cautious with some of the things. I know you don't want to overact too much, but it's hard not to when Derek Moore plays the way he played. I was actually looking at the edge class, too, in that draft. There's a lot of good edge rushers coming out of that draft. It seems like the Lions found a pretty good one in Derek Moore. And the take I had was I felt like what I've seen out of Derek Moore was much more than what was advertised. He was more of like a power guy, seems to be more complete as an edge rusher. He did miss some training camp, but he returned. It looked really good. What has been some of your takeaways just kind of following Derek Moore this offseason, and how effective can he be for the Detroit Lions?
It's been a little bit of both with him, right? Like, the power has been as advertised. There were a few times where he's just knocking dudes back. Even if he's not making the tackle in the preseason game, he's forcing the running back to go into a teammate, into a fellow defender, and that guy's making the tackle. So that's been as advertised. But also, I mean, the get off, the speed, that's been there. You mentioned him missing about 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks maybe with the groin issue. But he comes back, and one of his first practices back, it might have been his second practice back if I remember correctly, he has 2 sacks in 11-on-11 team periods against the first team offense. So, I mean, yeah, he's been as advertised. And in that preseason game, it was really beyond him. It was the whole defensive line, right? Wanham, Skylar Howard, Moore, even some of the depth guys that were rolling through there. But SGH and Moore really what gets you excited, just because the rookie nature of it all.
Yeah, Rich, I want to ask you real quick about other side of the ball, the offensive line in the trenches as well. I've seen kind of mixed kind of reviews on this O-line. My take kind of with it from Saturday, I thought the first unit that was out there wasn't as bad. But then when you kind of get into that depth and those, they start subbing guys in, Colby and the Seth McLaughlin, it felt like there was a massive drop-off from those first units to that second unit. Can you talk about the O-line a little bit? The left guard position with Christian Mahogany, obviously replacing Cade Mays with Juice Scruggs and Seth McLaughlin, where they're at, and kind of your takeaways from the O-line from Saturday afternoon.
I agree with you that the first team group, I believe they got 3 drives, the first 2 that ended in turnovers, and then the Dobbs 50-yard touchdown.
Yep.
Outside of the fumble that old friend Amik Robertson caused, I really don't think there was many, if any, like pass protection issues. And even that one, like, we don't know for certain, different responsibilities on different plays, but I would have to imagine it's partly on Dobbs for not recognizing the corner blitz, and it's also partly on Larry Borum for losing so quickly that he kind of didn't give Dobbs an opportunity to recognize Amik Robertson coming. But outside of that play, I mean, the first team unit, and I think that's the offensive line that you're going to see come week 1, obviously minus Larry Borum, and then inject Penei Sewell into that left tackle spot. To answer your question, though, about some of the depth guys, I do think it is a little bit concerning. Some of the depth has been drained. Obviously, there's the domino effect of the Cade Mays injury where now Juice Scruggs, you feel pretty good. Okay, we have a guy that has, he's made 8 starts in the NFL before at center. He was really good at Penn State as a center. But now instead of that guy as your depth piece, he's your starter for the first 4, 5, 6, however many weeks it's going to be to open the season. So, the domino effect of Mays' injury is definitely hurting them a little bit. And then also just the fact of Ben Bartch really never being able to get off the ground this training camp has been a little bit disappointing. And, no fault of his own. The foot injury that ended his year last year has slowed him to start, and then he's been in concussion protocol recently. So I do think they wanted Ben Bartch or Miles Frazier or Juice Scruggs or anybody to push Christian Mahogany for that left guard spot. But, because of different circumstances, Bartch's health, Mays' injury, which forces Scruggs to be a full-time center. Frazier, he's working a little bit more at tackle than maybe we anticipated. It's really just been Christian Mahogany. And, saying the job is handed to him would probably be improper, but the competition I don't think was as fierce as they hoped it would be.
Yeah, hey, just kind of an extension of the offense line, that tight end battle right now. I know there's the big question. I know they keep running the 12, 13 personnel, so they love their tight ends. But you'd always kind of see, hey, are they going to keep 3 or 4? And right now with Tyler Conklin and then Jackson Meeks is kind of he's making a name for himself in the pass game. But I think Tyler Conklin, I went back when I watched the replay of the game. A lot of people looked at that one play that Tyler Conklin gave up at the sack, but the run game, he was really good blocking, and then he obviously made a couple catches. Do you think there's a world with him and Jackson Meeks? So, we got to keep them both because Jackson in the pass game is a weapon, and then Tyler in the run game can block, and he is a weapon as well. Do you think they go 4 tight ends when they do the 53-man roster?
I think it's definitely a possibility, especially in the wake of the Sam Laporta hip issue that Dan Campbell was a little bit noncommittal about whether or not that's going to linger into the regular season. He said pretty much they're hopeful, but they don't know. I think that does open the door potentially for a 4th tight end. I think Conklin is safely in, and then of course Brock Wright and Laporta. That 4th guy, as you mentioned, would be Meeks, and I mean he did look pretty dang good against the Commanders. He had the 4 catches, one of them diving over the middle, 2 of them he caught on the flat and shut off a little bit of his former receiver skills with some yards after the catch, and then obviously the 4th down play, which I thought it was cool. Altmaier and Meeks kind of explained afterwards the mechanics of that play and what happened. They and along with the rest of the offense thought it was going to be man coverage. It ends up being zone. You see Altmaier look towards his first read, which is I think Blackshear, the running back coming out of the backfield. They're hoping to get him open. He recognizes it's zone. Blackshear's not open. He breaks the pocket, and then Jackson Meeks does a good job of altering his route to give them, an outlet on 4th down, and they complete that pass. So he does the little things like that, and then the fumble just is like the cherry on top, right? The fumble caused, I should say, on special teams, because that's if they do keep 4 tight ends, that's how Meeks is going to provide value. He's going to be a special teamer more than he's going to be an offensive piece, and I think there is an opportunity for him. I will also say that even if he doesn't make the initial 53 coming out of camp, and let's say that Laporta has to miss a week or 2 or whatever it is, I could see them getting Meeks, pushing him back through waivers and onto the practice squad, and then they can use a couple practice squad call-ups from there for week 1, week 2, and then week 3 happens. Football is inevitably going to happen. Somebody's going to get hurt. They're gonna lose a guy somewhere, and then maybe that opens up a roster spot for Meeks to take full time. I think that's probably the scenario that I'm looking at most likely, but there's definitely an opportunity for 4 tight ends.
Yeah, Rich, I know this backup quarterback battle has been something people pay attention to. I know Josh has the advantage clearly because he has a ton of experience. He started in games. He's won games. So the advantage, you assume, just Josh Dobbs is the veteran. Luke Altmaier, someone Dan talked about just needing to get reps. The conversation I do want to have and at least get your opinion on it is, do they keep 3 quarterbacks? I know I was reading somewhere that maybe there could be a situation where they release Dobbs, but it's all because they want to put him on the roster when the season begins. Like some way they can kind of jump through some hula hoops to get him on the roster as like an emergency, whatever it is. How do you think this backup quarterback plays out? And just your thoughts on Luke Altmaier's development, just seeing him in training camp and preseason.
I think Altmaier's definitely surpassed, he hasn't been a world beater. He hasn't been, oh my goodness, like how did they get this guy undrafted? But I think for an undrafted free agent and for a rookie quarterback in general, he's been better than what you expected. To answer your question about do I think they keep 3 quarterbacks, I don't think so. Definitely a possibility, but for a roster that is, maybe they want to keep an extra linebacker, whether that's Joe Bocci or Eric Hunter, or maybe they want to keep a 9th offensive lineman instead of carrying 8. I just think there's a better use of assets than keeping that 3rd quarterback. I am a little bit conflicted with it because the whole time I've kind of been under the assumption that it's going to be Dobbs just because for everything that you mentioned. He's played for something like 7 or 8 or 9 different teams in the NFL. He's been in the league for over a decade. He's 31. He's made 15 starts. He's done this. He's done that. So on one hand, I still kind of believe that. But on the other hand, in the preseason game, Dobbs made a couple of the quote-unquote rookie or mistakes you'd expect from a rookie, from an undrafted free agent. That interception, it wasn't pretty. It was across his body. It was back towards the middle of the field, and it gets picked off. It was overthrown, his intended target. And Altmaier really didn't have any of those moments. He took 4 sacks, and he said afterwards in the locker room that he felt that maybe he was a little bit, apprehensive, like he felt he could have gotten away from those sacks had he thrown the ball away or done this or done that. So maybe there is a little bit more of like the hidden rookie stuff that is not so obvious to the eye that he's still going through. But, if you talk about, okay, Dobbs is this reliable veteran, well, he made the not reliable veteran mistake, right? And meanwhile, Altmaier, I think he was 9 for 13 for like 86 yards or something like that. And he looked pretty good. So I'm a little bit conflicted on that. And again, speaking out of both sides of my mouth, it is also just one game. It's just one throw from Dobbs. He does have a decade worth of experience that shows he is pretty stable. So I don't know. If you made me pick right now, I would say Dobbs, but it's a lot closer than I anticipated it being.
Rich, KG here, and I'm glad to have you on board. And one thing that you'll learn about this show is that we're very pro Keith Abney here. My boy Jeff, he's been tooting that horn, man, and rightfully so. The kid is very, very talented. In this last preseason game, he did get beat on some plays, but it did at least seem like he was in position on a lot of those plays. But just want to get your thoughts on him and his development throughout the offseason, and also just the nickel battle in general.
Job, I think, at this point. If you made me guess all 22 starters on offense and defense week 1, I'd feel pretty confident probably about at least 20, maybe even 21 of them. That nickel spot is the one position where I don't know where it's going to go. Obviously, Roger McCreary started training camp as the, starter at that position. He was getting the most first-team opportunities there. And then Christian Izien comes back from the flu. And Dan Campbell told us, hey, actually, Izien was always supposed to get the first-team opportunities. Had he not had the flu, he was going to be first up. Whatever, he comes back, and then it's him getting the first-team opportunities. And then after a week or so of that, now here comes Keith Abney, who I had kind of gotten used to him. He was repping with the threes in training camp early. And, looking back on it, it makes sense, a 5th-round rookie. But I was just kind of like, oh, okay, maybe they don't feel as good about him in year 1 at this point than maybe some of us thought they would. But no, the past few weeks have shown us they're giving him an opportunity. He's been kind of consistently first up with the ones. And I will say I could see it becoming package dependent between him and Izien and McCreary. And what I mean by that is Abney's got a little bit more coverage skills, where Izien's got a little bit more like blitzing skills or defending the run skill set. Obviously, they can vice versa. They can both do a little bit of the other. Abney is not a terrible run defender, and Izien is not a terrible coverage player. But their strengths, I would say, are opposite. So maybe it could be a little bit of a package-dependent situation with those guys early in the season. But yeah, Abney, speaking on him specifically, it's funny. I was talking to another reporter, and if Abney was just taking 60 picks earlier, and 60 picks is a lot, but if he was just taking 60 picks earlier in the third round, where we all expected him, where the consensus expected him to go, I feel like we'd be talking about that guy as like he's the shoe-in definitive. That guy's going to be your starting corner. But because he fell, 50, 60 spots below where we thought, we kind of like, oh, okay, no, it's going to end up being McCreary or Izzian. But I don't know. It was just something I thought about where, in the grand scheme of things, 60 picks, how much does it really matter? Why does it warp our perception of a player that much?
Hey, I do want to ask you, we're 6 days out from the 53-man roster being locked in, everything needing to be in by next Sunday or this Sunday coming up. Is there any kind of surprise bubble players or people that kind of keep an eye on that we haven't talked about yet that you have your eyes on heading into this final preseason game?
I think Eric Hunter versus Joe Bocci is kind of a spot that I'm looking at, and maybe some of the numbers could be different depending on when Jimmy Rolder comes back, because Dan said he's probably not going to practice by the end of training camp, but he expects him practicing early in the season. And if you put him on IR to return, he has to miss 4 weeks, but even beyond that, he can't practice for 4 weeks, and that's kind of devastating for a rookie's development. So whether or not Rolder ends up on IR, I think that will open up an opportunity or not open up an opportunity for one or both of these guys. But if there's only one linebacker spot left and it's between Hunter and Bocci, I think it'll be quite interesting. I think Bocci maybe gives you a little bit more. He's a little bit more experienced as a defender. But again, that linebacker 6, that linebacker 7 spot, you're not really asking that guy to play defense. It's kind of a break glass in case of emergency situation if that guy's going to be playing defensively. He's there to play special teams. And Eric Hunter, I mean, he's undersized for linebacker, but he's an incredible athlete. He did not get invited to the combine. He did his testing stuff at the HBCU showcase, I think in March or something like that, a month or so out of the draft. And had he been at the combine, his 40-yard dash at the HBCU showcase, his broad jump, his 10-yard split in the 40-yard dash, it was all like top 3. He's an incredible athlete for a linebacker, and that directly translates to special teams, where it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of getting down the field and making a play. So I think those two guys are when you're talking about the 52nd, the 53rd spot on the roster, I think both of those guys are in contention and they're going at each other a little bit.
It seems like an insignificant spot, but it is relevant. The wide receiver 5 spot, which Cedric Wilson, it seemed like he was kind of getting all the momentum, and then he suffers a knee injury, which Dan said he's worried about. What do you think of that battle? I know Tay Martin, another guy that's kind of in that mix. There's a bunch of names in there. We're used to seeing Tom Kennedy just pop up every 6 weeks and make plays.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's a lot more dudes in that room, at least competing for that spot. Love it. Obviously, another guy who's been here. But what are your thoughts on just kind of who gets in at the end of this wide receiver room?
It's a real shame what happened to Cedric, right? Because I think he was just as much of any of these guys in position for it. Trusted veteran, Dan called him that. But if he is down for any significant amount of time, and really any amount of time at this point, because they only got 3 more practices left of training camp and then 1 more preseason game. We're less than a week out from roster cuts. But beyond him, Tay Martin, you mentioned, Lucky Jackson, I thought has been trending up, making some plays lately. Tom Kennedy, you can't ever forget about him, as you said. Love it. If you made me pick right now, I think I would say Martin, only because Dan has been uber complimentary of him, almost like beyond what we see from other guys. Whenever Dan says, and he said this about Whiteside earlier in camp, and we've seen what Whiteside has done, that every day this guy makes plays. And he said that about Tay Martin. He said that about Whiteside. He said with Martin, it's not only on offense he's making plays on special teams, which again, that wide receiver 5 spot, similar to tight end 4 and linebacker 6, it's a special teams role. So for those reasons, and in addition to, he was really getting reps with Tesla and Dortch, obviously without J-Mo and St. Brown playing in that preseason game. He was with that first team offense. Martin was getting those opportunities. So I think he is in the driver's seat. And, there wasn't without hiccups in this preseason game. The big one being the drop over the middle, where I thought Dobbs actually delivered him a great ball under pressure, and it just hit off Martin's fingers. And he might have still been running. He had a ton of space, a bunch of green grass in front of him, but at the same time, he also laid a critical block on Rasul Douglas on Dobbs' 50-yard run. So he does a lot of the little stuff, a lot of the special team stuff that I think they like.
Hey, is there I just want to get this from you, the Isaac Tesla stuff. What's that coming out of camp? And obviously, a lot of people are like the 2 drops in preseason. in my head, it's like, hey, we've seen him catch the ball at a very high level. Like last year, the catches he makes are incredible, so hands really might not be the issue. But there are the reports out of camp, and you've been there and seen it, that maybe the get off of the line, getting pressed, coming in and out of routes has been a little bit of a struggle. Is there anything with this Isaac Tesla stuff? Do fans need to worry, or is it just hey, he's just kind of going through things, getting into kind of the rhythm?
Yeah, Rich, did he forget how to play football? Is that basically that's what people are? That's what people are saying. He forgot how to play football.
No, yeah, it is interesting, right? Because coming off of last year, the expectations for him were, I want to say sky high. Of course, there's capped expectations because he's going to be no higher than the 5th receiving threat in this offense behind the big 4.
Right.
But the expectations were really high, and he has struggled both in the preseason, like we watched. I don't think he had a stat in the. I don't know if he even got targeted in his limited opportunities in this last preseason game. He had the 2 drops in the first one that led to the interception. And then in training camp, he has, like, when he's going up against Rock Ya-Sin or Nick Whiteside in these one-on-ones, like, yeah, he is struggling to get separation. And I think there's 2 conversations to have about Tesla. One, he is struggling to grow as a complete receiver, I think is fair to say, or at least he's going through some growing pains right now. There was a play where they were doing a situational period and maybe 3 or so practices ago where he gets the offense down into the red zone because he runs like a nasty whip route to shake Rock Ya-Sin, I believe it was. He creates tons of space. He gets it. It's like a 20-yard gain. So there are like little chunks of encouraging plays, but it has been when you're talking about him gaining separation, him growing as a route runner, I think there has been growing pains. But at the same time, what we saw last year, the contested catch ability, the one-on-one, just I'm going to beat you, it still exists, and it's existed for all throughout training camp. He's been climbing the ladder against Ennis Rakestraw and DJ Reed and Whiteside and Ya-Sin, as I mentioned. He has still – that contested catch ability is not going away. I think he's always going to have that to fall back on. It's just he's spending this training camp time trying to grow in the little other smaller, intricate receiver areas. Basically, I think it's going to be no worse than it was his rookie season, if that makes sense. That skill set is not going away.
Great stuff, Rich. We appreciate you. He covers the Lions for Detroit News. Check out his work. We talked about Skylar Gill-Howard earlier. He's covering it all. Rich, we'd love to have you on in the future, my friend. You take care. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you guys having me.
Thanks, Rich.
There you
Appreciate
go.
it.
Let's get to break. We got to hear about our friends from Art and Jake's.
Yes, let me tell you guys about Art and Jake's, guys. There are regular sports bars, and then there's Art and Jake's. Nobody even comes close on game days, whether that's college football Saturdays, Sundays, Monday Night Football, Thursday, whatever it is, guys. They have over 80 wall-to-wall TVs, 22 draft beers on tap, and their menu is absolutely insane, including their crunch time bites. And so make sure you guys go get those. And you can scan the QR code on the screen to download the app, the A&J mobile app today, and join AJ's fan club, guys. Follow them at Art and Jake's on socials and find a location near you. It's Art and Jake's. It's a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And, it all starts with the kids.
I hate to tell you, energy drinks, but you're about to be crushed. Thrive nootropic energy pouches are here to change the game by delivering steady, focused performance in a clean white pouch for a fraction of the cost. And unlike other brands, Thrive comes from an American company that's been leading the way for over 30 years. So stop drinking gut-rot energy drinks and why don't you thrive for a change? It's just better.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
They had to bring in the real expert to tell you about Gold Crown because, look, when you're going to smoke something, it's got to be the royal gestures from Gold Crown. Keef-coated, live resin infused, and, man, these things will have you on your ass in the best way possible. I personally love Gold Crown. They hooked it up with this great jumper jacket as well, keeping me dripped out. So shout out to Gold Crown. Make sure if you're going to smoke like royalty, you smoke with Gold Crown.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. Big shout out. Richard Silva, Detroit News, covers the Detroit Lions. Please go check out his work.
Killed it, man.
He deserves all the shine. So we want to definitely get him on more often, or at least as much as he's able to, because that was an amazing segment. We got more to get to, though. Winners and losers from Saturday's preseason game. You're not going to want to miss who we talk about because there are winners and there are losers. Again, I'll ask this just like I ask every time. Are you a good news first guy or a bad news
I think we should just do I think we should do good news first.
Okay.
I like the good news. Let's
you like the good news
Yeah,
first.
because the bad news, honestly, I don't even look at it like for a game like this. I don't look at it as the bad news. It's like bad news. It's like, hey, we can improve.
That's it.
You know, I look at it as a good thing.
Well, let's get into
we're getting better.
Let's get into the winners. So my winner from Saturday's preseason game, and really, I would say just this offseason, but mostly in that preseason game, is the other side of Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah,
that's
for
the winner
sure.
for me. DJ Wanham, Derek Moore, Ahmed Hassanin. You have all these guys making plays in preseason, making plays in training camp, and it's the one spot we as media, you guys as fans, have been stressing about during Brad and Dan's tenure. And honestly, congratulations, Brad Holmes. I really hope in the future you never have to deal with the edge 2 position questions. Because we have to keep asking them and we have to keep wondering because it's been an issue. So the media's been doing their job, but Brad, after drafting Derek Moore, is like, hey, there's your edge. Well, hopefully we don't have to talk about it again. And based on what we've seen, I feel way better about who's helping out Hutch. Now, again, not to go the Neil Rule route, like, Aiden needs help. No, it's just like normal that good edge rushers have other good edge rushers.
Yeah, I don't even think it's good edge rushers.
You don't need another Aiden.
No.
But you need somebody to win one-on-ones like you talked about.
I think it's more so just good D lines have full depth. You know, that you have 2 or 3 guys that can get to a quarterback. In the past, I mean, you have AQM situationally, but the guy can play only 30 snaps a game, it felt like. So you're sitting there and you're like, hey, we need a DJ Wanham. We need a Derek Moore. And Eric O'Neill, who potentially is trying to, win a job on this team. They've done that in this preseason. Like those guys, I think I like that winner.
Yeah, because it's
the #1 winner of the game.
Obviously they've been looking for like a specific type of edge that they wanted. It fits all the character, check marks, and Derek Moore does that. So it lined up perfectly this year, like what Brad said. But in the past, we talked about it. It felt like they were kind of getting these tweener guys, big body guys that couldn't really rush the passer. To me, you found 2 with DJ Wanham included, but 2 guys that I think could win, and Derek Moore, who has, I think, an incredible upside. So I'll go winner first, other side of Aiden Hutchinson. Very like blanket statement, but it's true.
I'm going to go my winner. I think this is a fair one. I'm going to go the offensive line to start the game. Outside of, you could take, if you want to take Larry Borum out of that, you can. But Christian Mahogany was not bad. He was good on pass downs. I thought Juice Scruggs held his own the first 2 or 3 possessions. The right guard position, shout out Justin, by the way. Justin literally just went from sound to TD, by the way. Absolute legend. But that right guard position, Tate Ratledge, what was the stat that you walked in and told me right away with Tate Ratledge?
So it was, I saw it, Brian Detroit put it out there. Tate Ratledge had 100 pass blocking efficiency rating.
Incredible. So Tate,
100.
100. Like you just don't get that. Does, I don't care how many snaps you play. 100 and 3 possessions. 100 is insane. And then I was watching too, and Blake Miller next to him. There was times where Blake Miller was stepping up and making his grade wasn't good PFF, and this is where the PFF grade. You're like, oh, not a good PFF. But like if you go watch him, he was not bad. Him and Tate, I told Jeff this morning, I was like, I actually liked what I saw of Tate Ratledge and Blake Miller next to each other on, especially pass downs.
Yes.
Like they held their own, and I know like. A lot of people pushed back at this offensive line today or on Sunday, and they were like, hey, this offensive line gave up a lot of sacks. You saw the thing with Josh Dobbs. You guys did see Rich Silva talk about it. That wasn't even really the O-line. That was, I believe it was either a tight end or it was Larry Borum on the left side that gave up that Amik Robertson corner blitz, just didn't pick it up. And then when you go look at like the other sacks that happened, Jeff, I was watching this morning. What did I say to you instantly? Colby Sorsdale, first play in the game, gives up a sack instantly.
Yeah.
Seth McLaughlin, like fourth possession of the play of the game, gives up a sack instantly, blown up by Michigan's own. Like it's just like that backup, and that's my loser. I'll just go right into it. My winner was literally the first 3 possessions. Your offensive line, the starting O-line that you're going to see week 1. Loved what I saw. Loser, the O-line depth.
Yeah.
As soon as they came out of the game in that 4th possession, it was an instant, like you could tell the difference. That offensive line the rest of the game was not good.
Yeah.
It was so bad. As soon as that 4th possession started, it was like, oh, well, there's like we have no depth. None whatsoever.
Well, and we were talking, by the way, like offensive line, hardest to get depth by far.
For sure.
But
it was so bad
to your
in the
point,
second, third, fourth
we
quarter.
We were discussing like, wait, they could have some depth here.
We thought they finally did.
It's just, I'm with you.
But I do, again, winner
like
for me is that O-line, dude. I thought that O-line, the first 3 positions, was incredible.
I like it.
I went back and watched the run game. Everything about it was just like, hey, these guys will maybe take out Larry Borum and throw Panay in there. Okay, we can work with this. I think we really can. And then it was just that the loser for me in the game was the drop-off from that.
Well, I'll give my loser. We're kind of doing both sides of the ball, which I like. You're going offensive line. I'm spending more time on the D-line. So my winner was the other side of Hutch. And really, you could throw the D-line in there in general. But I'll go loser, and this isn't because I hate to do this to single out a player, but it's more so for another player that's similar to him. Loser to me, after watching Skylar Gill-Howard, Mekhi Wingo.
Oh, yeah.
Skylar Gill-Howard, as a rookie, is already impacting not just practices and training camp, but games, man. Like, they love him. Players are talking highly about him. You see it. You see why they like him a lot. And for a guy like Mekhi, who I liked coming out of LSU, played at LSU, started, and they've been just trying to find a role for him specifically. I just don't think it's panned out. And when it's all said and done and they start making cuts and you're kind of putting together a defensive tackle room, and I know they need bodies in there, but it seems like Skylar and Mekhi are kind of a similar player. More like you play him at 3-tech, and it just seems like Skylar has a higher upside, and he's impacting the game now. Yeah. And I just think time is running out for Mekhi Wingo. So after this Skylar Gill-Howard stock just keeps going up, and I'm watching it just keep going up, we're on like Wall Street. And Skylar Gill-Howard is just skyrocketing.
I mean,
Mekhi Wingo, it's tough. He might get squeezed out just because of that.
For sure. I was a Mekhi guy. I've been a Mekhi Wingo guy.
Yeah, he follows the boys. He supports the boys, man. Great guy.
No, shout out.
It's just unfortunate. It's
the injuries. They done tried to play him at edge. That didn't work.
Once you see Skylar Gill-Howard go out there and do what he's doing right away, this is the thing that I can't remember who I said it to when we were on Saturday watch party, but it's like, hey, if you're it was about Jacob Sailors and the running back 3 thing with Sione Vaki. It's like, hey man, like you preach on this football team. You go out there and earn a position, right? Like, we want competition. We want the guys who are playing their way into positions. Skylar Gill-Howard's doing that right now. Like, he is. Like, you put him and Mekhi next to each other and you choose who's had the better preseason. Guys, it's Skylar Gill-Howard, and it's not close. Yeah. And he's, again, a little undersized D tackle, and he's still in there making plays consistently as well. Sorry, I had a little hiccup. Almost died live on air. Imagine I died. I was so excited about Skylar Gill-Howard. But yeah, I'm a Skylar Gill-Howard guy. I like that. I like the I don't want to call Mekhi Wingo a loser, but if we're talking preseason and that game,
we'd be lying to the audience if we didn't say he lost. I mean, it's tough. Yeah, it just, and again, it's not that they're different player, or excuse me, they're the same player. That's the more unfortunate. It's not like they're different players where it's like, well, he could fill this role.
Same archetype.
Yeah. Same archetype. And Skylar Gill-Howard's been
and by the way, Dan loves Skylar Gill-Howard. He keeps going, what does he call him? Blonde something. Yeah, can we play the video about that? I didn't even know we had that.
And Sunbleach just continues to make plays. He doesn't practice. You can feel him out there, and he just is relentless, and he plays snap the whistle, and he's all out, and he's got to be right. He does, because he's not a huge guy, but he knows who he is, and he knows how he has to play, and he plays with high effort, and he's crafty, man. He's explosive, and he's violent.
The nickname is crazy. I like it.
Yeah, and the body language. Dan always tell you if you like somebody by the body language.
I heard Birchfield. Birchfield did his post game like drinking a beer thing, and he said, "Hey, I'm pretty sure it was him. He was like, hey, if you get a nickname from Dan Campbell, you're in. Like once you get that nickname, you're in this. Like it's like you're in the organization.
Yeah,
like welcome to the club.
Yeah,
and he has a nickname.
It's not looking good, man.
What was that?
It's like Rodrigo.
Like Rodrigo, yeah, Rodrigo.
Like
you're in.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what draft pick you are, if you're undrafted, whatever it is, you're in.
Yeah, J-Mo, when he was first year, I mean, you get nicknames pretty quickly.
Whiteside, he didn't get a nickname. Maybe he did last year, but I think now all of a sudden he has a legit.
Yeah, they
nickname.
see him throwing the nickname with
and
him
now
around.
all of a sudden, he's probably
Yeah.
going to make this roster. Like once you get a nickname, Dan's like, all right, I'm comfortable with you.
Is he calling Ennis Rakestraw the full government, or is he calling
It's
him?
full government. So
Yeah,
far.
I've never heard
a couple
of a
good
nickname.
practices to get it.
Damn.
If he drops
He's
the
been here
full-
3 years, still doesn't have a nickname. Not a good look.
Like they call Liam, I think they call him Mac.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
If he's calling you by your full government,
Even
Yeah,
Trevor
tough.
Nowatzki, now he has his nickname's now. So he has a nickname.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's pretty
That's actually
bad.
a great theory. Hey, shout out Will Birchfield. man. That might
I'm
be-
pretty sure it was Will. I
that
could
might
be
be a
wrong,
great
but I think
theory.
it was Will.
The name theory yet again.
By the way, they always come.
That's a real legit name theory.
But-
That one has like a 95% hit rate. Jeff's is like 50.
I don't know about that.
As a GM, if I'm 50,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a job for a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm hitting 50% of my draft picks,
Depending
I
on the
think
organization.
Dark Cash said I think it's nickname too. Nick Whiteside, Ironside Whiteside. That's if Dan Campbell's calling you Ironside Whiteside,
Yeah,
it's
that's
over.
nuts.
You're in.
Ironside
nuts.
Whiteside.
That's a mouthful too. Yeah, if he calling you that, that's nuts.
He's yelling on the field, Ironside.
Damn, Rake.
Ironside.
Damn, can I even call him Rake? I just got to say Rake Straw.
Yeah, it's Ennis.
Yeah,
We had that
it's
first-
Ennis.
It's Ennis.
I will say he would have passed the name test.
He would have.
That's where flaws are in, because if I saw Ennis Rakestraw in the draft, yeah.
Does Makai Wingo have a nickname?
No.
Maybe just Wingo?
Skylar does.
I don't know.
He Trey Wingo now. Get him out of here, dog. Talking.
Shout out, dude, by the way.
Shout out Trey Wingo.
Yeah, big shout out to Trey Wingo.
Yep, had him on the platform, actually.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
that
dope.
was
Great dude.
That's dope as hell.
It
Great
was like
dude.
the Marvel crossover. Like
Oh,
it was
right.
like, it was like the multiverse. Yeah, it was
That's crazy.
By the way, everyone watching, if you're tuning in, we appreciate you. Number one, number two, hit the like button on the stream, man. Let's get these likes over 100, 150.
Let's get 150. We haven't
We
had
working
150
hard,
in a long
Yeah,
time,
have
man.
them climbing, man. Pushes the stream out in the algorithm, so it does support the fellas here. By the way, Rake says no KG. You can't call him Rake.
Oh yeah, you're right, Rake. I'm sorry. You had it first. That is
Oh,
correct.
Yeah, that's fair. He was the
The
OG
Lawrence
Rake, man.
program said Rake Straw's nickname is Excedrin Extra Strength.
Tim says they call
Tough.
Ennis Pup.
Oh,
Damn,
Okay.
pup for public. That's crazy.
that's tough.
Oh no. Yeah, that's we're just trying to put the pieces together. That's it.
That's it.
Let's see. Tim says, yeah, it was bad. I think he's referring to the offensive line, maybe. But when it comes to your depth, you're just looking for 1 or 2 pieces to plug in during the season for them to adapt to the other starters. Of course, when it's 5 backups, it will be bad.
Yeah, no, it was brutal though. Like I don't even know too. Like I think Lomas was talking about it on the post game show, where Lomas was like, "It's really more so just unacceptable. Like you can't allow like your quarterback to get hit that many times when your backup's going. I don't care like the Dobbs thing was one. I know Conklin had a missed block. That was another one that he Luke Altmaier got thrown. But there was like multiple times the interior offensive line and that offensive line as a whole just fully just did not do a thing.
Yeah.
And that is like, you just can't have that.
You can't.
Especially when you're trying to get a QB2 battle going and you can't get a look.
Yeah.
That's what are you supposed to do at that point?
That's a good point.
I think it's a good time now that we're talking about this. We can get into the potential cut candidates, a bubble.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into it. Should we probably double up here? I think with Rich, we might have blew past 2 segments, but we won't do it yet. Let's hear about our friends
Bubble
from
candidates, though.
Mad Packs.
All right, let me tell the people about Mad Packs and some of the great gummy packs that they got in right now. I'm talking about the Boom Shakalaka 200 milligram hash rosin gummies and the High-Low 200 milligram live resin gummies. And they got some other great products as well. The Mad Packs, extracts, blizzard packs, pre-rolls, and flour. They got it all under the umbrella, man. You want to get into this Mad Packs today. So go to getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
For more Detroit Tigers coverage, make sure you subscribe to Woodward Tigers on YouTube. All Tigers, all the time. For the hardcore Detroit sports fans who can't get enough of the Motor City's teams. All season long, you'll get non-stop Tigers content from on-field interviews, post-game reactions, and roundtable insight from Woodward Sports.
Don't tell anyone, but I'm actually a baby. I came in with my mom. Next thing I know, I had a desk. But Feldman's deals are so good, even I can sell them.
Right now, get this 2026 Silverado for only $179 a month.
Great, another great deal. Looks like I'm working past nap time.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Shout out to the guys over at Amnesia. And listen, they are bringing a whole new meaning to the words smooth and finish. And I know y'all like blunts out there. The real smokers love a good blunt. So they got the 1.5 gram bubble hash glass tip infused blunt, combining premium bubble hash with a sleek glass tip for a new way to enjoy the classic. It's the latest addition to the rapidly growing Amnesia lineup, and it's available now at a dispensary near you. A smoother way to stand out. It is Amnesia.
We're back. It's Crunch Time, Woodward Sports. Let's get into it. Who's on the line? Okay, this is where the conversation starts, the bubble watch, which I'll let you take the lead on this. You can go through. It's only offense, correct?
I got offense one. If we can find a defensive
I'll
one.
look. It might just be offense, but we'll stick with it.
Pride of Detroit put out their offense one. I do like the way Pride of Detroit does it. They have a bunch of people that are on their staff, and they go in or out, and they all vote for it, and you get a kind of good feel on where kind of players stand following games. So defensively, or offensively, sorry, we'll start with the quarterback position. Obviously in Jared Goff, and obviously the quarterback two battle where people try and figure out who's in, who's out. You have Luke Altmaier and Josh Dobbs. Who do you think, Jeff, has the most votes out of the two right now?
Is it like fan votes or?
No, it's the Pride of Detroit staff. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so they're all.
They have about 12 people, 11 or 12 guys that vote on it.
So, wow, that's big time then. I'll go Dobbs. I think what Rich said earlier. I think they're going to lean. It's close, but I think they'll lean the veteran.
Yep.
So I'll go Dobbs.
So there's 11 votes. 6 of the votes went towards Dobbs. 5 of the votes went towards Luke Altmaier.
Close.
Last week, after week 1, it was 9-3 Josh Dobbs. Now it's switched to 6-5.
Kid look
so it's
poison
getting
there.
closer. I think it's some of the plays that Josh Dobbs made, like Rich Silva said, the kind of the throw across the field interception. That wasn't a good look. When I was watching this, I looked at it, I went,
that's pretty bad.
That's on no one but Josh Dobbs. Like, he had great protection. He was sitting there for like 5 or 6 seconds. He could have just thrown the ball away, and then tries to make a play, interception, overthrows it. So yeah,
because you know what the thing is about that playing backup quarterback. It's like. Obviously, I didn't play backup quarterback, but watching the NFL, what I see with backup quarterbacks, what teams really expect is we don't want you to mess it up. Just don't mess it up. You don't have to be all worldly, and this is why there's starters in the league that are, superstar caliber quarterbacks. Just don't mess it up.
Yep.
Like, it's like when Nick Foles won with the Eagles. Like, Nick Foles was good, but he just didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
He did. That's your job. Don't mess it up. And when you have a guy like Luke Altmaier who doesn't have – he's not the shiny object. He just didn't make like big mistakes, which that to me is more of an intriguing option at backup. Not that Dobbs, again, is out of it, but I can see why there's more like, okay, Dobbs trying to be a little bit of Superman. Is that something we're worried about? Because he's had to be Superman for some of these teams he's been a backup on, man. He's playing for bad teams. Dude's got to run around, make plays. The Lions are like, hey, bro, we don't need Superman. We got all this talent. We just need you to be basically a point guard. Don't turn the ball over, and he did turn the ball over. So
yeah, it's basically you don't have to win the game for us, but just don't lose the game for us. And like you said, with all the weapons they have, you got to just kind of run point and run Drew Petzing's offense. And I mean, I do think Josh Dobbs being a veteran, down the line might be a little better at that. But I mean, after last time, he made a lot of like rookie mistakes as a veteran in that preseason game.
All right, running back guys. Obviously, in Jameer Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco. The other 3 names on this list, Sione Vaki, Jacob Sailors, and Jabari Small is on this list. Who do you guys have in and out of those 3 guys? Sione Vaki, Jacob Sailors, Jabari Small.
Sailors for sure.
I think Sailors locked up RB3.
Yeah, and they gonna keep Vaki, man.
Vaki.
He got special teams upside.
I will
they
say,
gonna keep him, bro.
Results.
It's got to be
11 votes for Vaki, 11 votes for Sailor. They have the Lions keeping 4 running backs.
Yeah.
The only thing saving Vaki, in my opinion, is the special teams ability, and he's got that. He was a former safety. If he was like a mass special teams player, he'd be out. But they value all three phases, so Vaki has value there.
Yeah.
And Small had some good reps in the preseason.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And yesterday, honestly, the running back crew yesterday was good. We'll get into that in a little bit. I have something on that, but the running back crew as a whole just was pretty solid on Saturday. Wide receivers, obviously, in Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Isaac Tesla. They have also assumed in Greg Dortch, which we can all assume. Voting-wise for the backup, the back end of that room, Tom Kennedy had 0 votes. Cedric Wilson, obviously injured, had 0 votes. Dominic Lovett only had 1 vote. So 10 out of the 11 of them have Dominic Lovett not making the team. Most likely, I would say practice squad.
Who is making the team?
And the last player in for wide receivers got 11 of the 11 votes for in. Tay Martin coming on late, kind of making a name for himself in training camp. But Tay Martin, they have him in as that final wide receiver battle.
I think, yeah, so Tate Martin, he was the, if I remember correctly, free agent, but I think he played in like the UFL or.
I think it was UFL, yeah.
He played for somewhere. And some of those guys, man, like Dan says he just keeps making plays. Like we can laugh and joke about like these other leagues like the UFL. And like you got to think though, Sailors, where did Sailors play? Hey, I think he had a stint in the UFL.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tay Martin had a stint in the UFL, I believe, as well. So as much as those leagues, it's like, I'm not watching. There is some guys that do get some valuable reps playing over there. Like, it seems like Tay is just, like, ready to go. Like, he's just making plays. He's consistent. There's no, like, up and down. He's just making plays. So, credit to those guys. Like, Tay Martin, a little bigger guy, too. I think he's, like, 6'3" or something like that. Big receiver.
I mean, in the UFL season, he had 42 receptions, which was 3rd in the UFL. Over almost 500 receiving yards, which was top 10.
Not bad.
And 2 touchdowns. So, like, he produced, right?
And by the way, credit to the Lions for scouting these guys out. Like,
so it just sucks because you felt like you had better talent in that room. You already know I've been on Dominic Lovett. I feel like he would have took that spot. But Booner, what did I tell you at Sean's house? I'm like, you may have been right about Cedric Wilson, man, but it's just
he got hurt.
Yeah, it's a shame he got hurt, bro. But he was absolutely balling in that preseason.
I'll tell you what, I think it speaks volumes to Tay Martin though, the fact that they do keep talking about how deep this wide receiver room is, and he's kind of pulling the way with that job. Because it is a deep wide, like obviously before Cedric gets hurt, that's a deep wide receiver room, and you're sitting there going like, hey, if Tay Martin's like beating out Dominic Lovett, who was on the team last year, that should show like the talent that's in that room, and he's earning a spot, And Dan, if they trust him, they're typically good at kind of getting a feel for guys like that.
And there's a common theme with these receivers that have been rumored to be the last one in. It's Cedric Wilson, Tay Martin, these bigger receivers. I was with you, KG. I'm like, love it. I'm like, well, they like, he's been here, but it's just, I think it's more of like a fit thing. Like, they're looking for another bigger receiver to be in that room. They already have Dortch. Dortch is like 5'6",
right,
5'7". Amon-Ra slot. Jamison outside, Isaac outside, but it's like. But they like to move some of those guys around and play different ones, whether it's the X, the Y, the Z, whatever. These guys are another option for them. So I think it's more like a schematic, maybe like fit. They like them, obviously. They're making plays, but I think there's a little more to it than that probably.
All right, so tight ends. Obviously in Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, they have assumed in. Tyler Conklin, 11 out of the 11 votes for in. So I think Tyler Conklin's making this team. And then the last one, Jackson Meeks, he got 9 out of the 11 votes. 4 in.
You've been on this.
And Jackson Meeks, he's got. My thing was always, hey, like I don't know if they typically keep 3 or 4. It's always I felt like 3. With Drew Petzing, 13 personnel, man, you need more tight ends, man. And a guy like that, Tyler Conklin, Jackson Meeks, Brock Wright, guys who can block, but also with Tyler and Jackson, receiving threats.
And I think they're doing it more as an injury precaution because we already know about Sam Laporta getting banged up. Hopefully it's not serious. Didn't really seem like it was super serious, but just in case you need that extra depth, they may keep a 4th tight end.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would, but
and Meeks has that receiving. He's like out of the tight ends. He's got like a former wide receiver, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I like Meeks a lot. I just didn't think they keep a roster spot for that.
Offensive line, guys, I'll go through this one quick because I think it's pretty simple. Obviously, offensive tackle, they have Panay in, Blake Miller, Larry Borum in, Colby Sorsdale out, Devin Cochran out, and that's kind of the end of the tackles they have on the list. Interior offensive line, Tate in, Christian Mahogany in, Miles Frazier in, Cade Mays on IR. They have 11 votes for Drew Scruggs in. Obviously, he's probably going to be your starting center. Ben Barch with 10 votes yesterday.
Wow.
For in. Seth McLaughlin, 8 of the 11 votes to be in, and Michael Neese out.
Sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. I'll say the Seth McLaughlin dropping some votes is interesting. I know he was because people are so high on him, and I think people are starting to be like, okay, he does need some time.
Yeah.
Like I think it was just like, oh, book him in. He could start. And I was one of those. I was starting to fall for it a little bit. Juice was my pick, but I'm like, man, watch out for Seth. I think the dust is kind of settling with the Seth McLaughlin stuff.
But once again, it's another depth play. Just in case of injuries, that way we ain't got to do the shuffle game that the Lions love to do. You have an established center there that can take those reps if need be. So I'm not mad at it.
And the Ben Barch thing, like, it's just, yeah, I mean.
It sucks he got hurt because I feel like he might have been competing for that left guard spot.
I think he's going to make the team. It was just a concussion. He's probably going to come out of concussion protocol within the next week. I mean, what is it, 7 days for that, whatever it is?
Do you think he starts at any time this year? With healthy Mahogany?
Maybe. If Mahogany gets – healthy Mahogany?
Healthy Mahogany.
Oh, no.
Because he hasn't really had time to compete.
He would have
he's
to
been
fall
hurt.
off the fucking face of the earth.
I think Mahogany – and I didn't think Mahogany was bad Saturday, too.
Yeah, he was. I'm concerned. But
by the way, we did get a super chat from Will. Appreciate the 10. He says, hey, boys, I think Sione Vaki needs to get cut. Jacob Sailors and Trayvon Williams should get RB3 and RB4. Defense, I'm going to say Derek Moore, DJ Wan, and Ahmed Hassanin will make it. Go Lions.
Shout out.
Vaki, I do agree with you that he's probably deserving to be released at some point, but they look at the special teams value he brings.
What did y'all think of Trayvon Williams?
I thought he was solid. I mean, he had I think he had one of the largest, at least when I was reading and watching the game. I mean, he was the only guy, he had like a 14-yard run, something like that. So he showed a little bit. I mean, he's not making any ground in this competition.
I think it's set, to be honest. I think that
it was a little interesting play. I like it. They're bringing in another guy to compete. He showed some flashes, but I just
throw
think
him on your practice squad, and at some point throughout the year, if you need him, that's a guy you bring up.
But Jacob Sailors I've been super impressed with him. He's much better than I thought, to be honest. So, yeah. Anything else we got on there?
That's it.
Let's take a break. Offense. We'll double up here. So we have all day IPA and Loom.
Yeah, so let me tell you guys about All Day IPA, guys. Founders Brewing's 15th year anniversary of the legendary All Day IPA. The drink, it's citrusy, it's crisp and refreshing with the perfectly balanced taste, guys, and it has 4.7 ABV, and it's built to go the entire distance for a game. So if you are watching the Lions, Tigers, Wings, whatever game you're watching, or if you're out on the golf course, guys, this is the drink to have. And right now you can get $5 shorts at any Art and Jake's locations in Michigan on Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays. Guys, that's Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and Sunday NFL Sundays. Go get an all-day IPA at Art and Jake's, guys. And as always, guys, please drink responsibly.
And after you roll to the store and get them all days, roll over to Loom Cannabis and get you some of these buzzing energy drinks so you can get through your day after having a long night out watching Lions football. Still the same buzzins that you love, 7.5 milligrams of pure THC, but they have paired that with 100 milligrams of caffeine from green tea extract, and they got it in nice flavors like peach and raspberry lemonade. Available at all 40 locations across the state. All you got to do to learn more is go to loom.com, and while you're learning more, don't forget 30% off your entire order. All you got to do is use promo code WSN30 at checkout. It's Loom.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Before we get into preseason, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, Supreme Lending. Buying a home or refinancing is a massive decision. That's why you go with those who you can trust. As a full-service lender, they boast a 99% close-on time rate. But here's the game changer. When you apply for an eligible loan, mention Woodward Sports, and you'll receive up to $500 off your appraisal. To score this deal, call the numbers on your screen and talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today. And if you struggled reading that on your screen, well, Y'all the Eye Center can help you out because they have a deal going on right now for LASIK eye surgery. Darren McCarty got it done. He's been raving about the results ever since. And right now, the deal that Yaldo has for you, again, Yaldo Eye Center, the vision experts, just $1,999 per eye, regardless of your prescription. And let me tell you this, glasses, contacts, long run, expensive. LASIK eye surgery, takes about 8 minutes. 8 minutes, many patients are back to seeing clearly as soon as the very next day. So think of all the money you'll save in the long term. Call or text 248-553-9800 today or schedule your free consultation or visit YaldoEyeCenter.com. Yaldo Eye Center, the vision experts. We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. Hit the like button on the stream. We'll see how many likes we can get to by the end of it. We got more preseason to get into, and we should spend time talking about Drew Petzing.
Yeah, that was something I think I noticed. This is the last game of the preseason game. We were like, hey, let's do some extra things. Drew Petzing, guys. The one thing I'll take away, KG, you brought up some different running backs, and we got to see, I don't know, how many different running backs did we see?
It was like 4.
Yeah. 4 or 5, and it felt like every time a new running back stepped in, it felt like there was like, hey, they're still finding success. And would I kind of credit that to? I'm not going to credit to the O-line. You can give credit to the O-line a little bit. Hey, run game, they were good. I thought Drew Petzing, guys, like his run schemes and everything that he had ready to go for that run game, if you go back and watch some of the blocking schemes and the holes that they had and the plays that he called, and like that, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I think that, and I know we're talking about, hey, in preseason, don't get too excited with coaches calling plays, different schemes. It felt like from week 1 to week 2, there was kind of definitely a little bit of a level up of Drew Petzing being like, hey, let's throw some more in there. Let's get some more run schemes in there. And I think it was noticeable with some of these running backs, which guys, honestly, that maybe all of you guys barely heard about, right? Like Travion Williams, who I think, didn't he just recently sign with this team the last couple weeks?
He did.
Like him, Raheem Blackshear, your guy, Jeff, like these guys were fun. Jacob Saylor's obviously averaged almost 5.5 yards a carry.
Wow.
Like, it felt like it was the scheme and kind of the different drops that Drew Petzing had. If that doesn't get you pumped up to see him with Jahmyr Gibbs and like a Penei Sewell in that own line, or even with Isaiah Pacheco, I don't know what else will. Like that game, watching those run plays, that right there, I was fired up. I was like, I want to see him right now with Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, I want to see what he draws up for a guy like that.
Yeah, that's what was advertised to us. When we talk about Drew Petzing, the thing that he's coming to fix is this run game that last year they weren't able to do anything with. And whether it was John Morton or whoever, blame whoever you want, they weren't able to run the ball effectively. And say what you want about Drew Petzing and how skeptical you are, but one thing is a fact. That dude can draw up play designs. And he can his what he does in the run game is what he hangs his hat on. And you see it, right? Like you see it, like you mentioned all the different running backs and who was in an offensive line, the creativity he has. Whether it's zone, whether it's gap. I mean, he said it himself when he first joined the Lions. Like, I'm going to do what's best for the team. Like, whatever the team needs and whatever personnel the team has, I'm going to build an entire system around the players. So he's flexible, he's adaptable, he fits the modern NFL, and I love to see it, man. Like, imagine what he was doing with these guys and who's that offensive line, and think about what he can do with Jahmyr Gibbs, and Isaiah Pacheco when healthy. So, yeah, there's plenty to be excited about. I think the mix in there though, and add a little, add some flavor in there is Mike Kafka. Like,
yes,
I think we're going to see a lot of – it's hard to see it now, but once you get into the season, you see Jared Goff and this offense, you'll get more of a feel out of it. But, yeah, I think those two together, it's going to be like Shaq and Kobe of OCs.
You know, too, about the run game, I think that's important that, like, it kind of all intertwines together. Someone in the chat put in there, like, the tight ends, like, obviously the 13 personnel. Like, you got to see that with Tyler Conklin a lot on Saturday.
Yeah.
Tyler Conklin, guys, was, like, getting thrown at fullback. He was kind of that, like, hey, we're going to use you as a tool. And when you go watch some of the run games that, like, Tyler Conklin or plays that he was in, these tight ends, they can block, man.
Yes, sir.
Like the Lions, like, they find guys. And I saw someone in the chat earlier today being like, hey, Tyler Conklin, he can't block because he gave up the one sack. Go watch some of him in the run game. Like Josh Dobbs, guess what? Josh Dobbs doesn't run for a 50-yard touchdown if it's not for that tight end basically pinning down on that, and not the edge, but the linebacker there. Yeah. And Tyler Conklin opens up that whole hole.
Shout out TC.
And I'll say that, like, I know you guys talked about it on Big D Energy, and listen, I'm such a Ben Johnson slappy that they think I'm a Bears fan. So that's the narrative around me.
Yeah.
Liked Ben Johnson so much they call me a Bears fan. But what I will say, I'm not going to say Drew Petzing's Ben Johnson, but what I will say, you see the vision with him. You see the vision with Drew Petzing just based on what he likes to do. And I don't mean Ben Johnson, but what I mean is good play callers. Things that are consistent across different offenses that have and possess a good play caller. For example, the unison, everyone playing as one, the blocking. That's coaching. To have receivers and everyone doing their job to set up a perfect play so Josh Dobbs can break off for a big run, a touchdown score. That's coaching. That's scheme. That's all guys being on the same page by, Dan Campbell's head coach, but Drew Petzing on offense. That's one thing with Ben here. They did an amazing job of.
You see the similarities for sure.
Everybody was blocking and doing their jobs. Now, again, and that's not just all scheme. It's also how are you as a coach? Do people give a shit when you talk?
Yep.
And I don't think John Morton possessed that, all due respect. I don't think people took him seriously. Players know. They see bullshit. They go through tons of coaches in their respective careers. When they see a real one, they know. And John Morton, in my opinion, no inside sources, I just think when he was in there after at first it's like the honeymoon period, and you're like, yeah, it's John Morton. We'll see what he was in the room when Ben was here. Once you get through it, you're like, this guy sucks.
Yeah. He tried to change too much stuff.
Yeah, and then I think with Drew Petzing, I think people are just buying in players-wise. You could see it. And I'm not talking about the starters. Of course, they're bought in. I'm talking about third, fourth stringers are bought in.
Listen, y'all,
I think speaks volumes.
It's still time to get on the Drew Petzing bald head menace bandwagon over here with me because I'm a big Drew Petzing guy.
I was surprised, KG, too. A lot of our chat when we had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and we're all talking highly about Drew Petzing. There's a lot of people that were like, "Nope, I'm not. I need to see this," which is fair. But there's people that are like,
I think that's
you guys are hyping up
PTSD though.
Yeah, and I understand that, but I guess I was surprised because we've been doing this a while. I get a good feel for the fan base. I think this was just set up to be everyone loves Drew Petzing. I was surprised how many fans were kind of pushing back on us giving him love.
People are more mad about where he came from in the situation, but not realizing that there is absolutely caveats to that Arizona Cardinals situation. And even at the end of that, he still had one of the best run games in all of football with the Arizona Cardinals team that had James Conner and Bam Knight and just a plethora of names that you ain't never heard before. So I think he can absolutely come up. Why can't he be Ben Johnson? Listen, Ben Johnson was a nobody before Dan Campbell, picked him over. Hey, help me with some of these offensive schemes. He ends up becoming the offensive coordinator. Now he's a boy genius. But the same thing with Drew Petzing, and you just keep hearing the same things, from people that actually know the game, that have studied him. They keep saying he is very, very similar to Ben Johnson, and you see it. Last year, there was no creativity to the run game at all, period. And I think he's going to get back to that, and that's what this Lions offense absolutely needs. Pulling guards, pre-snap motions, the whole gambit, and I think he's going to be able to deliver that with some of the best running back talent in the league, in Jahmyr Gibbs and Isaiah Pacheco. That combo with this kind of run scheme, I feel like it can work if they stay healthy. The sky's the limit for what they can do, and that's also going to open back up that play action for Jared Goff, who we know is one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, Will.i.am said Petzing is using vanilla scheme in the preseason. Yeah, he is, but you could tell that he kind of opened it. If you go from game 1 to game 2, it was they're slowly starting to get into this thing, and they're showing a little bit more and more, and I think it's because they're getting more comfortable. And obviously, I think for a guy like Drew Petzing, as an OC with Dan, you want to make sure you're good. For him, it's the same thing as the players. You want to make sure week 1 you're good to go as well.
Yeah, and let's. This is a different angle I'll take on this because I do agree that they're using it. It's all vanilla. It's preseason, but you don't think as a human, Drew Petzing sitting there going, I'm calling plays in preseason.
I'm cooking some
I'm
things.
opening it up a little bit.
It's there's that little bit of ego, and it's good ego. It's I'm the shit. I want to show some things in this preseason game.
I also
not show his scheme, but you guys get what I'm saying. He's not going, let me just pick
when you
plays.
get in a sports car, you gonna rev it up to 80 or 90 just because.
Yeah, and he wants, and it's the home game at Ford Field. He's like, I'm gonna.
Guys, this team averaged, obviously the Josh Dobbs thing, but these guys, the running back, they were making plays, guys. And the third string offensive lines out there, Drew can't just be hey, let's just run the simplest stuff. Just they're not gonna get anything. You have to be able to kind of run a little bit of schemes to get the running backs in positions to be successful. That's where I think he did, and I think he kind of went.
It's not like his best play calls he's pulling out.
He was still vanilla, but you know what he did to it? He just added a couple sprinkles on top.
That's it.
He sprinkled a couple things. Little vanilla cone with some sprinkles. No dipped cone yet. No like of the moose tracks. None of that stuff yet.
Well, you don't want to give away your
vanilla
cards.
cone, sprinkles.
In the preseason.
Nothing wrong with vanilla.
And then this week, you know what's going to happen? He's going to have one of those twist cones. Chocolate and vanilla twist, sprinkles. And then week 1, you're going to get into, hey, can I get 3 scoops of that moose tracks there?
Oh, I love moose tracks.
I mean? Like that's how he's kind of going about this thing. So there's a progression in this thing I think that they're looking at.
Super Fan Hutch says, I see Jeff got his Caleb Williams jacket on. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Guys,
Don't disrespect the English
by the
D
way,
like that.
I'm not just pulling up in the English D because I just support my gritty Tigers. No, we're going to the game today. So there's I'm going out with some of the Lions Collective guys. Shout out Lions Collective.
Shout
and
out.
I'm going to the ballpark.
Enjoy
Nothing wrong
it.
with going to the ballpark.
Are you going this? You're going this week? I would love to go to the ballpark.
Enjoy it, Jeff. Be a fan. It's
Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
It's
I would
okay
love
be
to
a
go to the
fan.
ballpark this week.
So I did not. So for the people, I did not decide. I didn't wake up and say it's my favorite jacket. Let me put on my Tigers jacket.
It's a fly jacket, bro.
It is.
I like it.
People are going at about the jacket
but-
too. Like, what kind of jacket are you wearing?
It's fly.
That's a sick
Two
jacket.
things can be true. I like the jacket, but I understand right now I'm not putting this jacket on.
Once again, I wish the team was as good as the merch because they make some fire merch. They absolutely
merch
do.
is good. Did we do any of these super chats, by the way?
That's what I was going to get to before.
You want to read some? We have like 4 of them.
So, we'll start with
I don't think we've done any of them.
Shout out for the super chats.
No, we did.
Did we do John?
We did some. We did some.
Did we do the Jed York one?
We got we didn't do
Did
that
we do
one.
that one?
So I'll do Dante's. I'll get to Dante. I didn't do Dante's. Shy about that, Dante. $10 from Dante earlier in the show. He says, breaking 49ers owner Jed York pleaded no contest to a pair of misdemeanor charges on Monday after being arrested in Ohio on suspicion of engaging in prostitution.
That's crazy.
Who the hell is going to Ohio for that?
No, seriously. And you from San Francisco.
That's the takeaway.
Bro.
You own the 49ers and you're in Ohio doing that?
Yeah, that's nuts, bro.
What are you
That's
doing?
like Robert Kraft with the rub and tug. Like, why you going to the local rub and tug, bro?
man.
Have a girl come to your mansion and
You
do
can't
it
be
that way.
rich
like-
and that stupid.
Yeah.
Jed York, why are you doing that? Get a what? Get a girl, man. Like, go.
Probably does. And he's
Or
still
if
doing
that's
that,
your
but I
speed,
don't
just
know.
get them to come to San Fran. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay.
You
I'm
gotta-
pretty sure it's good work in San Fran.
Jed York, you're rich. Why are you being creepy? Why are you weird, man?
Stop being weird.
Well, they do say San Fran is a very rainbow friendly place, so that could be why.
Go
Maybe
off then.
maybe the options ain't that great.
Jed
out
York,
there.
you do your good luck out there, man.
It's more options.
Sheila
for
would
him,
never.
Yeah, you're right.
You would think.
Let's see. Will appreciate the 10. I really like the scheme on defense and offense. We finally have a balanced staff on both sides of the ball. We'll see about that. The new schemes are working, and we are seeing the results on the field. Will, appreciate that.
Shout out.
I don't know about balanced staff on both sides. I think we got to
We'll
see the
see.
defense. I think we got to see the defense. I'm still going to stand
excited about the defense.
Yeah,
man.
and you know what? I don't.
I'm telling y'all.
If you're excited, I'm excited about some parts of the defense. Tomorrow, can we do this tomorrow? Conversation about the defense.
Yeah.
Let's have we're gonna have a segment tomorrow where we talk about it. Have our expectations changed? Are we excited?
And listen, y'all hyping up Drew Petzing during the preseason, bro. I think Kelvin Shepard's done a pretty
He has
good job.
he has
I'm
done a
just
good job.
saying.
He has
He's
done a
mixing
good
it
job.
up. He's doing some things.
We'll have that conversation tomorrow because I think actually it'll be a productive one.
Okay, good.
It'll be a good one here. BDT, appreciate the 5. Day 389. Johnny Moe is a drunk. Okay,
Shout out.
Is he?
That might be. We gotta.
No, he was saying that last year as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
shout out to
Not
BD
literally.
Trey.
I don't
Shout
know
out BD Trey,
defamation.
man.
We're not saying Johnny Moe drinks. I don't know any of that. But
I mean, he does have the appearance of a drunk, so I'm just saying. He might not be.
The energy he's giving off.
Yeah, right. Drunk uncle energy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Didn't
fair.
he sleep at the facility last year?
They
Wasn't
said that
one
he
thing?
was, but what was he sleeping for? I mean,
But it's like
what was he at the? I mean, what,
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, he got fired.
That's a good point.
I couldn't imagine like sleeping on my job, like grinding and just getting fired. Like that's tough.
well, when Ben Johnson does it, it's like, oh, this guy is cool.
Yeah, but he did good though.
Yeah. When
You
you're
know what I
not
mean?
good and you're doing it, it's like,
If you're
ew.
doing it and you're not
Right.
good, that's tough.
Why are you sleeping at a facility?
It's like Dan said though, like he's a football junkie. He loves the game. Is he good at OC? Probably not, but he just loves the game.
Like Caleb, if
He's
you
a
were
good guy to have in the
if you were
building.
sleeping at Woodward, like you were so dedicated and you were still bad as a TD, I'd have to be like, dude. Like,
well, I think that's what.
Are you sleeping here? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
He's dedicated to the job.
Maybe he just needed a place to stay. Like maybe he wasn't even doing football stuff. Maybe he was playing like Xbox.
Dude, he was probably getting paid like $1.5 million a year.
John Morton's like the old ball and chain, man.
Right.
Got to get away from the house.
Right.
Dude.
Need that extra time.
You can't be ass and sleep at the facility.
James in the chat gave $5 said, I didn't Luke Petzing not covering his mouth with anything as calling plays. Dan did a commercial about it. I could easily read Petzing's lips.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not.
That's a nitpick.
You know what? Honestly, can I be honest? Do you guys want my honest opinion about this? I could care less.
I'd rather
Petzing
him
said
do
it
that.
himself. He said, "I will give you." And Dan said this a couple years ago, and with Ben, Drew actually said this in an interview with I think it was someone on ESPN. He was like, "Our offense is going to get to a point to where I could hand you our playbook,
and you got to
and
stop
you
it.
know what I'm running. Stop us,
Yes,
please." So like, I could care less.
I'd rather him do that than have fucking Johnny Mo sit in the booth.
The booth,
right? You can't see nothing over that waxed head anyway. On game
yeah,
day, you gonna have an extra wax.
yeah.
The light gonna be beaming. You can't scared to see the play call.
Blinded when you're trying to look at the play.
Hey, y'all stop talking about my bald head minutes, man.
It's not like you're gonna have like Kellen Moore week 1 across the field being like reading his lips, being like, we know what play he's running.
Yeah.
Like that, they don't.
Yeah, and
it's more
please.
just. I think it's just like a habit. A lot of guys cover their mouths when they call plays.
Well, no, you know what it actually is.
And there's advantages, to not doing it.
Guess what? You're in a stadium with 50,000 fans. It's really loud.
Yeah.
Hey, if I don't cover it up, some of it leaks in. Cover it up. Hey, now you can hear me a little better.
Yeah,
That's my guess is what it actually is.
Yeah.
It's, hey, we're going to cover it up so it blocks some out.
It's a good observation.
Yeah, it's not like if he doesn't do it now, it's like, oh, every defense is going to know what he's doing.
I don't think there's a reading lips thing going on around this.
No, last year the controversy was on the field versus in the box. So
that's the real conversation.
You're right. is he in the box?
Does it affect your play calling if you're up in the booth or in the box?
Didn't work so well for Johnny Mo. So
no, because you're 40 million yards away.
Yeah, but you get a whole view of the field. It's like an all 22.
Yeah, I mean, you look at he's up there like it's like the Death Star, like you're Darth Vader, bro. Like get out! What the hell are you doing up there? He's up there like it's his world. We're all living in it. Get the hell on the field, man. Like, if you make a mistake, wouldn't you want to go up to the player and be like, hey, let me
talk to him? Drew did say that he has in his career
yelling.
done both. He said, I just like to get a feel on both. He might, on Saturday, he might be up in the booth.
Don't do it.
Well, he did. Well, he mentioned,
Yeah.
He said, I want to try. But and
booth
so
is
far,
okay.
he's 2 for 2 being on the field. Maybe he's like locked into the field.
Well, I could see.
But he did say he wants to try both.
Drew
out.
Petzing, we love him, man. I get it. I mean, he's a small man. Like I could see why he liked to be. Hey, pro
You
Drew
watch
Petzing
your
show.
mouth.
We're just being honest. I could see if he's a smaller man, if he's like, I probably should be elevated in a booth to see the field. I understand that. I wouldn't fault him. He's the exception, though.
He's the
I feel like the man up in the booth looking down on all of you.
Yeah.
You just totally against being in the box. Your OC being in the box.
Yeah, I mean, because Lucas said this, and I do agree with him. And it's not like, is there data to no, but like Todd Monken was in the booth, and they had a good offense.
There was some good. There's been some
But
good
there was
good
coordinators
OCs in the
But
box, bro.
It's just ugh. Like, you're up there, hey! Like someone makes a mistake, you're like, hey, on the thing, hey, go slap the shit out of it. Go tell this guy he messed
Right.
up or whatever. You're like making people, or you can't really get the message across. In my opinion, I like being on the field. Guys are coming off the field.
Well,
you're high five.
Yeah, like Shep or
helmets.
AG. AG used to be like in position group like meetings
Yeah.
on the field, like yelling at them.
You
Hey,
see
dude,
Calvin hyping
it's
up
quick.
the boys, that like high
No, I
five.
feel it,
That's,
yeah.
Better
that's the energy
communication.
I prefer in my coordinator.
I feel, and you know the running joke last year was they cut Johnny Mo's mic off, and so he was up there calling plays, and they were just ignoring him. Like, yeah, what was that job? Okay, yeah.
Remember when they asked Dan, like, hey, is he still like? And he was like, yeah, I still take his input throughout the game, but I'm calling the plays.
Right.
Like, he was
You
like,
know
oh
that.
yeah, he'll give us an input, but it's like, is he though? Like,
Not for real.
Probably
They
not.
cut his mic off.
It's like you give your like little brother the controller unplugged.
Yep,
It's
that-
like,
exactly.
Oh,
he
no.
thinks he's
Yeah, they
playing.
did him like that, bro.
He's not playing. Let's take a break. We come back, we'll get mailbag. So drop those mailbag questions for us. What do we got here? We got to get to Thrive. So tell us about
yes, let me tell you guys about Thrive. Guys, get rid of all those energy drinks, all those other things that get your energy going. It's time to upgrade your game with the Thrive energy pouches, guys. Packing over 300 milligrams of clean and smart caffeine, including alpha GPC and L-theanine. No jitters, no sugar crash, none of that stuff. Guys, you see it. There's the wintergreen there. There's a peach flavor. I think the peach flavor is my favorite. It's incredible. I had it at the outing, D-Max outing a week ago. It was incredible. You can find it at dipstop.com, and you can use promo code WSN for 15% off your entire order, or you can find them at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. It's Thrive. They just effing work.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
And Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
Let me tell you about our friends over at Water Hazard from Founders. I'm going to the Tigers game today, and guess what's going to be on that shelf over there? At Art & Jake's for $5 at any Art & Jake's location in Michigan on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Always remember to please drink responsibly.
And if you're looking to take your relaxation to the next level, and you got to check out Massage Share House in Bloomfield Hills with Dr. Eric Duncan. They carry top brands like Infinity and Osaki, making it the go-to destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Book your visit today at massagesharehouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Share House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. Let's get to some of these mailbag questions. Wheezy says, what gymnastics has Jeff done for Keith Abney? He just avoided it completely. So we will have that conversation this week as well.
Shout out Keith
Don't
Abney,
worry,
man.
we will get to it. Shout out Keith Abney. I'm going to war for him.
You see, I got the question in for you today.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we needed it. Let's see here. We'll start us off. Superfan Hutch mailbag prediction for Goff's stats this year. Will he touch 45 TDs and 5K yards? And with what you saw to the defense without Aleem, where would you think they finish rank-wise? We'll talk about that tomorrow, Superfan Hutch. So tomorrow, we'll have the defense conversation with Goff.
Defense tomorrow, the Goff thing, 45 touchdowns is a lot.
It is.
The one thing with Goff, though, that I do love about, like, since he's been in Detroit is he has gone up almost every year in touchdowns. Like, you saw him 19, I think, the one year, 28 or 27 the next, then, like, 39, 38, 37. Like, he's been consistently kind of in that 30 range the last 2 or 3 years. I think with the schedule you have, and I think we're going to have the defensive conversation is going to change a little bit. I think this year, I think he's going to have 35 plus. I think he could creep into that 40 range.
Yeah.
I think this could be a big year for him. I said I think he's in that MVP conversation this year, and at least a finalist, top 5. 4,800 yards.
Yeah, 40 is not crazy because you got to think he's hit 37.
Yeah.
And 45 would be like he would have to average, I think, like 2.5 touchdowns a game around there.
It's very doable.
So he's got to have pretty much 2 touchdowns every game, and then some games have like 4.
I think the year that he had the 39 or 38, J-Mo's still kind of coming on. I think right now, J-Mo's about to have his best year yet. You guys, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
I think Amon-Ra's going to have a massive year as well. You talk about, like, hey, how many touchdowns can you spread around this? Jameer's going to be better in the pass game.
Oh.
I think you're going to use him out of the backfield a little bit more. Sam Laporta steps up. Now, guess what you have that you didn't have in years past? You have a tight end, too, that can also catch the ball. You've seen Tyler Conklin in this league who has had touchdowns and has had good seasons. And so I think you've given him Isaac Tesla, obviously. I think he's going to be 35 plus.
Yeah.
I think he can cross that 40 mark.
One of the best bets we like to make is Jared Goff 2 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah.
He does it so much,
consistent.
so he'll have a lot. He'll have 30 plus this year. So
I know we get crazy with the numbers, but I'm just saying this offense is that prolific. But I think the run game is going to kind of affect Goff in that way. But 46, I think 5K is a lot of yards.
5K is a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Like
By the way,
46 to 48.
those two things combined, he's MVP.
Yeah.
If he's 5K and 45, he's MVP.
Easily.
That's why I think he gets he could touch that 40 touchdown range. I don't know if he'll get it, but around there, and that 4,800 mark, that 4,700 mark, he's going to be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
If you hit 5K and 45, you're winning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Matt Ryan did that. Matt Ryan, I think I think he had those almost exact
did,
numbers. And he
that changes everything. That is an MVP number.
KJ, mailbag Lions, bias aside, who would you rather have a draft? Who would you rather draft in fantasy, St. Brown or Christian McCaffrey with an injury risk? St. Brown.
Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra, no question.
St. Brown, I have him in one of my keeper leagues, in my one keeper league, and he's just so consistent.
I've had him. I had him last year. He always falls in my lap in fantasy. I just always end up. Pause on that, but
one thing about CMC, he gonna get hurt at some point.
No, he's so consistent. He's so consistent.
Well, like last year though, CMC, I'll give him his flowers. Last year he was so good because every week it was a guaranteed touchdown.
Yeah.
And 100 yards
when he's on the field, but what injury's coming.
He was a guaranteed 16 points last week.
I drafted him in fantasy years ago. It was the biggest mistake I ever made. I told myself I will never draft him again.
Yeah.
That's how scarred I was.
But last year he was
But he was good, but it doesn't matter.
Elite.
You know that injury is looming somewhere.
I just told myself.
I've always had the theory with him. It's every other year with CMC.
It's the same thing with George Kittle. I'm kind of iffy on drafting George Kittle because he's great.
Me too.
But that injury is always looming.
Yeah, I've had George Kittle before, and he screwed me. He screwed me
Purple
a lot.
Prince, mailbag. Can you explain why everyone is hyping up Abney after the game? I don't see him make a single play.
I don't think after this game people are.
No, it's the totality. Purple Prince. It's been training camp. It's been, the first preseason game. Second one he wasn't at. He didn't make really as much noise. But it's just been everything. What's being reported in training camp, playing with the ones, making plays on guys like Amon-Ra, St. Brown. It's all of that collectively. So, yeah, am I going to sit here and say that Saturday he looked like Brian Branch in the slot? No, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that. But it's everything. That's why, people are excited about him. If they're hyping him up after the game, though, Purple Prince, I can't speak on that.
Yeah, I don't think too. By the way, just because you didn't see him, and I don't think he had the best game on Saturday, but you can't take away from the the whole kind of body of work that he did throughout camp. You can't discredit that because he's been very, very good for you, and in that first preseason game.
Wheezy, how many times Brad got to cook for y'all to respect the man? Here we go again, Wheezy D. We've never, ever said we do not respect the guy.
Wheezy D's a troll.
We think Brad Holmes is one of the better GMs in the entire National Football League.
Yeah.
The reality of it, though, is he is a human being, and he's not absolved from criticism. Does that mean he's not great? Nope. Does not. He's great. He is great. Okay? He's a great GM. But he's not absolved from criticism. And I think it's very political, it feels like sometimes with some of this stuff. It's right or left. It's like you either love Brad, he's done nothing wrong, or if you think he's done something wrong, you hate him. Why can't we just have a real conversation sometimes and be like, hey, that 2024 draft class wasn't good.
Yeah.
And everyone could just be like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And we can still say, but he's a really good GM.
Exactly.
I don't understand it. Wheezy's I can already see Wheezy's on this side of can't criticize him, and if you do, you're wrong, and shame on you. Yeah. Which is fine. But man.
Bro, I've been called a Brad bot on this network, but I have criticized this man as well.
It's
I think it's all right to hey, you understand, both can be true. He's a good GM, but also there's going to be pushback because at the end of the day, you've had Super Bowl teams and there's been moves that haven't been made to get to that spot. So it's I think it's a fair thing. You can like the guy, you can think he's a great GM all you want.
Every GM gets criticized. Howie Roseman, all these GMs, when, John Lynch, another good GM, drafted Trey Lance, you don't think they were on his ass for messing that up? For sure.
Until they won, I'm sure those franchises and those fan bases were going at those GMs until they finally, boom, once it clicks and they win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you don't think Eagles fans are on Howie's ass despite winning 2 Super Bowls? No, they're on his ass. Because
they'll go at them quick, by the way.
So people, it's not just, but here in Detroit, it's if you criticize Brad Holmes, how dare you? This is the best we've had. Guys, I understand that, but it does not mean he's absolved from criticism. Every GM, players, coaches, everyone is criticized if it's worthy, if it's deserved.
I think people forget sometimes.
And Brad Holmes understands
being
that.
part of a fan base. It's you're that's part of being a fan. You don't have to suck up to these people constantly because you're a fan.
Much like the Tigers, right?
That's but that's what's twisted.
Fair.
That's what's twisted though is Brad understands that. He's not an idiot. We've had conversations. Brad understands that wholeheartedly.
Exactly.
He doesn't say, "Man, this guy criticizes me. I don't like him." No, he gets it. Now, there's a level of are you disrespectful? Which I've never been disrespectful.
All right.
There's a level. I'll never, be disrespectful. But am I going to criticize? Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's due, yeah. Am I going to praise when it's due? Yeah.
But by the way, too,
Like, that's
sick
what
argument said it's when you bring up the 2024 draft 98 times and it's really irrelevant critique to fill airtime is the pushback, keeping it real, totally meaningless. What happened in 2024 within the organization?
What?
See, that's like that's the worst argument or conversation you can have.
That's terrible.
It's not meaningless because when we have the conversation about winning a Super Bowl, all context is brought into it. We don't just bring it up when we're talking this room, that room. We're talking about this take. We don't just be like out of nowhere, oh, the 2024 draft sucked. He sucked. No. Like, it's within context of an argument and of what's going on. In 2024, you were a Super Bowl contender. In 2025, Super Bowl contender. You messed up the draft class. That hurt your franchise a little bit.
It's hurting you to this day.
And it's hurting us to KG's point, to today. Like, that is part of this. You don't just because it's bad get to push it off to the side and say, don't talk about it, please. No, that's part of it. Right? Like, if you make a mistake, guess what? That's part of it.
Just like 2023 was an amazing draft class. We talk about it.
Hall of Fame
it's
draft class.
part of the story.
Do you want us to stop bringing that up 98 times just because you don't like we can stop bringing up 2023's draft class if you want.
Tell 49ers fans, just don't bring up when you guys traded up for Trey Lance. We're over it.
Right.
No,
What?
they're going to keep being like, remember when
franchise.
Remember when this guy traded up for Trey Lance, traded first-round picks for him? Yeah. No, it's like it's part of it, dude. I mean, I don't know. People try and control the narrative. It's just how it goes, I guess. I don't know. It's
sick argument said you left out the 98 times part. I actually go back. This is where I know you have no clue what you're talking about. I said it.
He did say it.
Rewind.
Right.
Open your ears. Go get some Q-tips from the store. Clean them out.
I mean, hey, nothing wrong with Q-tips, by the way.
Yeah.
I have Q-tips every day. I double it up.
But
too.
yeah, it's like it's all part of the story. Like we think his draft class this year is good. I'll stand on that. We all stand on it. We like this draft class. People just forget we said that.
All right.
Again, you pick and choose. Selective hearing, I believe, is what it's called.
That is what it's called.
And now Weezy disappeared when I brought that up, so he's nowhere
Shout
to
out
be found.
Weezy. That's my guy, too.
I know. I love the guy.
I think Weezy might be a troll, though. He's like half troll,
No.
half not troll.
Ain't no half troll about it. He's 75 to 80%.
It's like the trolling is insane.
Yeah, it's just
sick argument said after I typed that. I literally said the 98 times thing or 89, whatever it was. I said it like the first sentence of me reading your comment.
You did. I was there. I seen it.
Backtracking. Come on, man. Be better.
If it makes you feel better, sick, we'll just stop mentioning it. If it makes you feel better. How about that?
No, we're not going to stop mentioning it. If
No,
we stop
I'm
mentioning
joking.
that, we'll stop talking about all the other draft classes, too. That's the deal we'll make.
Yeah, just because it hurts his feelings, we'll stop mentioning it.
Rake said, Booner just uses one Q-tip and pushes it straight through from one ear to the other. I've got like a super long Q-tip.
Right.
Yeah.
No brain in the middle, just push it straight through.
We appreciate you guys.
Real quick, last thing. I apologize, Jeff. Sorry. Shador Sanders, QB2.
That's some
today.
bullshit, too, by
Tough
the
for
way.
you.
That's
It's
some bullshit.
Tough day for Jeff Iafrate.
Deshaun Watson, that's what y'all doing?
He looked like ass on Saturday.
Is
Deshaun
that what
Watson.
they really doing?
They both are bad. This is
they
the
hate Shador, bro.
This is
Let's
like the
just be real
Vikings
about
thing,
it.
though. They're both not good. Like they've screwed.
Shador is the better
You know what
option.
they screwed themselves? Letting Baker go.
Yeah.
That was where their franchise took a hit. They might have bad quarterback luck for the rest of their. They may never.
They
get it.
always have.
But
Have you
until they
seen
got
the list of
Baker,
quarterbacks?
The one time they got a good quarterback, they just didn't know how to utilize him correctly. He got hurt. He played through all those injuries, and then after that, and he did that for their franchise.
I could go
They were
on
like
a playoff
"Please,
game.
We could
want a
spend
playoff
another,
game?
We could spend another 10 minutes on Shador. I could go off, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
We're gonna
it's all right, Jeff.
Yeah, me and KG, we'll
know.
stand down.
We know what's going on.
KG, we're good. We'll come back to this. Don't worry. We'll have our day in court, man.
All
I
right,
swear to
bet,
God,
bet,
we'll have our
bet.
day. Don't worry about it. We'll catch you guys tomorrow, Tuesday. Until then, Braylon Anson, heavyweights 5 to 7. Until then, peace.
Peace. Love you guys.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.